Hey guys, my name's Sandleford, Botanist Cool. Today I'm here to play the Great Attorney Chronicles with our girl,
me,
Katie. I know you try to say the Ace Attorney expert herself, but I'm like, I do not know where my brain went with that. But so like, I think what was in my head was like,
it's me, ya boy.
it's me, ya boy. Exactly. So I'm like, it's your girl, it's our girl, you know, Katie. But yeah,
A girl, you know, just
vaguely
a girl. I'm just a girl.
So today, do you think we're gonna beat the first game today?
I think we can.
We think we can. Okay, well let's do what we can to beat it. I'm gonna crack up if I decide, all right, Katie, it's a little too late. We're gonna save. It's like the moment before it ends, and you're gonna be like,
I mean, I'll say this much: like, if we don't finish it today, then next time is gonna be like we start the next one because.
All right. So like, it's unreasonable to not finish today, but not impossible to not finish today.
It's more just like, I don't know. It depends on how long we take to solve things, to be perfectly honest.
No, it's gonna depend on how long Herlock Sholmes takes to get his fucking ass in here and give us the other metal recording. Like,
a man had an acid burn through his body and then went on intensive surgery in the 1800s.
The bitch is fine. He's fine. The bullet didn't even go in him. He's fine, okay? At worst, he has a scalpel still in his, like, colon or some shit like that. He's fine.
At worst, he said. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with the doctor just losing his shit. What was this pompous asshole's voice again? I hate how much blue he has. Can I just say that? I hate how much blue he has. It's so obnoxiously blue.
I like Mr. Eggs.
Mr. Eggs. I'm surprised it's not like white and yellow. That I would like, actually. So, is this newspaper headline accurate? Government communications are being intercepted. How could I possibly know? What do you mean by that? Any important government communications are handled by high-level officers, by specialists. General members of the staff in the station where I work would never be entrusted with sensitive information.
Oh no, stop. Must say something. Stop.
Let me guess. Juror number 5.
The regular communication officers aren't as lowly as you're being led to believe.
Damn! Alright, this dude's screwed because we got lucky with the jury.
A team of us are responsible for setting up and testing the telegraphs used by the ministry. And Mr. Graydon is the team leader.
Cool! That's fascinating. He's just like, fuck.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in presence of idol. Stop.
So this is like windbag level shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's me. Well, what of it? The transmissions are always made behind closed doors so they can't be heard. And in any case, all messages are sent enciphered. Normal employees couldn't possibly understand them.
Oh no, stop. Must say something. Stop.
Stop selling yourself short, Mr. Graydon. He's like, fuck.
Mr. Graydon regularly attends meetings with the ministry technicians and the ministry communications team.
Fucking damn.
He assists them in ensuring there are no errors in important international communications. And he's received the top prize at the cipher cracking convention 5 years in a row now.
It's like it's like if someone came in on the that last Ace Attorney thing, turn around goodbyes. It's like, oh yeah, no, that shopkeeper won the award for faking his own death 5 times in a row. Like, yeah, 5 years in a row. Like, oh my god, dude. Like, you're just burying you in fucking guilt right now. That's fascinating. The amount of pissed off he is.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in presence of idol. Stop.
Well, your idol would appreciate it if you'd keep your mouth shut. She should really pick her idols more carefully. I tell you, this lawyer's accusations are completely unfounded. Oh my god. They're not? 21 with a brain, that would be blatantly apparent by listening to the music box for even a few seconds. Of course, of course. Surely it can't be that my learned friend is unfamiliar with Morse code. Ouch, he looks genuinely shocked at my ignorance.
I would be more than happy to demonstrate the basics for you, sir.
Okay, please do. Ah, a lesson here in court?
Morse code is a continuous series of 2 distinct tones.
Tones, you say?
Yes, a short dot, then a long dash. By combining those in different ways, you construct letters.
I see.
For example, this is A. And this is B. But when you listen to the sound produced by this box, you only hear one tone, don't you?
But it sounds so similar. The rhythm of it, the same in everything. But there is no discernible meaning to this apparently random sequence of sounds. Your assertion is fundamentally flawed. This is not Morse code. Wait, Eggy isn't his name? Fuck me, I know, right, Ghost? No! Really, you shouldn't be surprised. What did I tell you? That music box is nothing but a worthless piece of scrap. Perhaps you might consider studying your subject matter before casting aspirations in the future. Stop. Nothing to say but stop.
Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it?
Iris?
I mean, if the government secrets were somehow being leaked using the music box, so many other things would slot into place so nicely.
Could there still be something I haven't considered? Would it really be impossible to use this music box somehow to play back Morse code? Give it a try. I'm gonna see. There's still every possibility that this music box was instrumental in the leaking of the government secrets. That's the belief of the defense, at least. Nash's name is probably still Nash. Probably. I don't know, though. Does it please you in some way, my Nibunese friend, to repeat the same line of argument ad infinitum? It's already been established that to be Morse code, 2 tones are required. Dots and dashes. Yes, I'm aware of that. Then what? Yeah, we've done this part before. God, I'm so good. Me not Fang hosting over Nash. Fan ghosting over Nash. Valid. That mean you can set out this to play back on this side. Yada yada yada. Come on, come on, come on, come on. What? Nash's love, Nash's life. I'll trust you there, bud. It appears, my lord, that the two movements are linked together. In other words, you can put two discs in a music box, and the sounds will play back at the same time! As the chord is heard, the Morse code comprises of two tones, a short dot and a long dash. With a second disc in place, this music box could be used to generate Morse code and convey a message! This is beyond a joke. I'm sorry? The poor excuse-for lawyer has absolutely no evidence to support his claims. Though, of course, if my learned friend were able to present the court with a second disc, it would be another matter. Well, I can't at the moment. And may I remind the court that as the witness has pointed out, he was not the one in the omnibus of McGilded 2 months ago striking a deal over the disc or the discs. God. Where is my Dracula today? It's not where it normally is. It's so wildly different. Exactly! I had nothing whatsoever to do with it! The argument presented in the press is much promise. I believe the cross-examination should continue. Alright, so we basically established this. Now I just have to find out. I found it yet.
Oh dear. It looks like you need to give your argument more strength, Bruno.
No, yeah, we have the music thingy from the coat. Now what we need is Hurley's copy. Because Hurley made his own copy out of caramel and then out of metal after that. You'll reiterate your testimony if you please, Mr. Graydon. Oh, wrong voice.
God.
If I must, though, I maintain exactly what I did at the start of this pointless cross-examination.
We've called you out like 6 times now, dude. Point.
I know, right? No problem. Oh, yeah. All I need to happen is we're gonna press this guy 3 more times, right? And then I just need to hear a, by Jove, I've got it! From the stands, and then you see Hurley just come down like,
Oh my god.
fancy pose, shotgun with fucking smoke grenades and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we need from Hurley right now. If only he was actually like here, doing his detective job. So 2 months ago in the omnibus, Mr. McGilded killed the brickmaker and stole the disc. Mr. Mason was a single man of almost nothing to his name. It seems he lived in an artist's quarter some years ago, but people there remember little about him. It doesn't make sense though, does it? How would a humble brickmaker come to acquire secret government information? How indeed? Wait a fucking minute, I got some shit to say exactly. There must have been someone else involved behind the scenes of all this. Somebody who acquired the disc and gave it to Mr. Mason, in order to take it to the meeting with McGilded and negotiate a deal. Dear me. You may have it in for me, sir, but I assure you I have far more class than that. An old brickmaker from the arson quarter and this well-to-do communications officer. If only I could find some evidence to link the two of them together. There's Nashy Boy. Let me see if I do have any evidence that ties the two of them together now that I think about it. I mean, this, obviously, music box, but like that doesn't, I can't use that really. Right now I do not have, let me read this real quick. Nash, 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 Nash. That's press Nash. Mr. Graydon told you to do, you mean?
Yeah, that's it. Hello, Golf. We're gonna go this kind of way. All right, there we go. That's it. Yeah, who else, eh? Silly me thought we was just popping over for a night after them, all them, you but them rather had a dodgy job for us. Hey, Ash.
Let me stop you right there, Mr. Skulkin. After all them years, you say? Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Graydon is an acquaintance of yours?
Well, it's also kind of bad, you know? Hello, Governor. Gotta go back up there. Gotta go blah. Well, it's also kind of bad, you know? It's old Graydon's old China.
Pursue. Excuse me. Is something wrong, Mr. Skulkin?
Eh?
No, the other Mr. Skulkin.
What? Who, me?
When your brother was testifying just now, he said something that seemed to cause you to react.
Oh, I was just remembering the old day, that's all. We used to have right old lives together way back when.
Together with Mr. Graydon, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, you look at him now in fancy whistling foot and you wouldn't tell Adam and Eve. But when he was younger, we was from the poor part of town just like us.
Is that so? When did they get an apple and a pear? You hate Ringo? Oh my god.
But we was having Larry when he had brain, he had savvy. Always coming up with him so I would never have got to our heads. God blimey, ain't that the truth? Remember Milvin the Skulk and Milk Run? There was a corker, eh?
Savor the laughter of the trial. Your reminiscing has no place in the courtroom. And neither does your fruit.
Oh, the geezer asked us a question, didn't he? And we was answering. Yeah, we ain't not dumb long.
I know, could that sentence of the story be relevant somehow? Add to the testimony. My lord. The brother's last sentimental statement could hold vital information relating to this case.
Say no more. A skulker's never skulking. Milk with the skulk and Milk Run. Go them with days.
I'm sure I'm going to regret asking, but what exactly was that? Some kind of business?
Hey, this is a scheme we had going back when we was young, so a bit of fun, really. Delivering fresh milk to the local, that's what it was all about.
That sounds alarmingly legitimate. There must be a catch. I suppose since we're here, I should ask them to elaborate. But on what? I want to see the business name. So this business was just a bit of fun, you say? And it was just yourselves and Mr. Graydon involved?
Hello, yeah, that's it.
Milverton and Skulk and Milk Run, was it?
Yeah, that's it.
And where did the Milverton part come from?
All right, those clever you would have worked that one now, that is.
Enough of this! How much longer are we expected to listen to this drivel? I don't. Let me guess, you don't accept anything these two witnesses are saying. Tell me, why is it that it was only at the mention of the Milverton that you decided to interject? Because I will.
In one of the outlets I one came from. Yes, the old man was struggling for money so much his wife walked him out. She took on the name Graydon, see? But that was always supposed to be Milverton to us.
Milverton? So that used to be your surname, did it? Of course not, this is all bumpkum. I've been a Graydon since I was born. Do you really think you can rely on the testimony of these two thieves? You're a communications officer attached to the civil service.
As such, your personal details will have been thoroughly checked at the time of your appointment. It will be a very simple matter indeed to subpoena these records, Mr. Graydon.
Very well, yes. So Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. That information could change things and could turn out to be extremely important. All right. All of a sudden, we seem to be up on our necks in a serious matter of national security. Although this is all talk about interception of secret government messages, there's still just conjecture at this stage.
Would explain a number of things, though, wouldn't it? The negotiation Ginny overheard on the omnibus 2 months ago, and the break-in at Windibanks. But the trouble is, it wasn't Mr. Graydon in the omnibus with Mr. McGilded.
No, that was Mr. Mason, the brick maker who was so horribly murdered.
If only there was some link between the two men somehow.
Wait, where the fuck is he?
I think he's in case notes.
Yeah.
For that Susato has.
Okay. His name is Mason Milverton. I wonder if there's a relationship between these two. Do you think an Ashley Milverton and a Mason Milverton would be related?
Probably not.
Probably not. This is just conjecture at this point, obviously. And no, but Mr. Graydon's testimony seems to have been watertight as ever. I wonder if the key to us making us headway with the cross-examination here could be these two brothers. Let's save real quick, because I don't know if I have to press and then do things, or... Let's, present.
Objection.
Mr. Ashley Milverton. Tell me, why did you try to hide your former name from the court? Because I haven't gone by that name for years. It means nothing to me. No, I don't think that's the real explanation at all. The truth is, you have a reason to hide that name. Ignore this obvious defensive pose. I have here the notes from the omnibus case, my lord. And as we all know, the victim, the man who we now understand to have been negotiating with McGilded. That's right, only Mason wasn't his surname at all. It was his given name. His full name was Mason Milverton. No connection. Lex case. Milverton! Mr. Ashley Milverton! Is it not the case that the brickmaker, Mr. Mason Milverton, was your father? I don't. As I believe I'd mentioned earlier, your family history will have been thoroughly checked when you joined the civil service. And it really would take no time at all for the court to subpoena these records. The truth is, you have been illegally acquiring highly confidential government information and selling it to McGilded in collaboration with your father. Ah! The new facts and evidence unveiled by the cross-examination of this witness all come together to reveal the truth. The truth, you say? You collaborated with your father, Mr. Mason Milverton, in illegal dealings with Magnus McGilded. Yes! Stealing information sent by the secret government communications and selling it to the Gilded. Mr. Graydon concocted this elaborate scheme by using 2 music boxes encoded to encode the information. I'm wondering what Villain's doing on the side. Just like, yes. Please do speak more about your national security.
Please get me to Crystal Tower.
Bring me to Crystal Tower and let me stay alone with this crystal.
I have not followed along with any of this. What is surname? What is Milverton?
Please let my security mouse take a look at that, what you call music disc, please. Ignore the scanning it does. As presumably a safety measure against the information falling into wrong hands. But the deal with Gilded went sour and the brick maker met his end. Yes, but before he was arrested, McGilded managed to temporarily dispose of the stolen disc at the pawnbroker. I keep saying prawn broker. Like, I've noticed this throughout the many past streams. I think prawn, like a fucking prawn. It's like, no. But having learned the situation, you appeared at the Winterbanks 2 days ago. In an attempt to recover the 2 articles McGilded had placed in the pond there. But the attempt failed! One of the discs was seized by the police, and the other you never found. So that same night, you enlisted the help of the Skulkin brothers and broke into the pawnbrokery. This time determined to recover the second disc. We don't know enough about that! On the night that Mr. Winterbank was killed, the intruder to the pawnbrokery touched one item and one item alone, the music box. So the question that naturally begs answering is this. Why was only that one article disturbed? The answer is obvious. Because it contained the second disc, which the intruder was desperate to retrieve. Since, if it were to fall into the hands of the police, it would be proof of high treason. Well, Mr. Graydon, do you deny that all of this actually began on that fateful night 2 months ago?
Yes, goodbye.
I refuse to accept any of this nonsense. Everyone's just, for once, the judge and prosecution are not looking at the defense attorney like, what the fuck, dude? They're actually looking at they're actually looking at the person on the fucking seat. For once, they're not looking at me with disappointment, and I'm so happy. Out of all 4 games, for the first time, I'm not the being one stared at with contempt and disappointment. Sir, there appears to be blood seeping through the sleeve of your jacket. What? Ah! 2 nights ago, we know 3 shots were fired at the scene of the crime in Winterbank's pawnbrokery. One took the life of the pawnbroker himself. One struck the pouch around Mr. Strom's waist. And the final bullet struck the calendar on the wall of the shop, having first pierced the arm of one of the intruders. Mr. Graydon, that wound on your arm that you seem to be trying to hide. It's a bullet wound, isn't it? Okay, he got you now, me old China. Probably going quits and croak, I reckon. Don't acknowledge my presence there in any other. Don't acknowledge my presence there under any circumstance whatsoever. Those are my terms, remember? And I paid you handsomely to comply. Clearly, I was a fool to think I could trust some common backslum thieves. Fine, I admit it. So I was there in Winterbanks that night. I paid the pair 10 guineas to accompany me. And as you've noticed, I sustained an injury in the course of my adventures. Shoot him with the blood thing! Shoot him with the blood thing! We win in Spain. I think we win in Spain. How you doing, buddy? But that is all. I admit to nothing more. Stealing government secrets? Negotiating with McGilded?
I simply could never.
Oh, how could I ever do any of that? Do you see these fabulous dance moves? Could someone who is guilty do this move?
Ow, my bullet arm.
Ow, my bullet arm! I actually think I hurt my back a bit there. I'm not gonna lie. My back had it cracked when I did that move. I'm only 30, guys. Oh, I'm going to be 30. Anyways. As God is my witness, I sure recall nothing of the sort. He's not going down without a fight. Not until I can show hard evidence, I suppose. Nevertheless, the defense has now established a crucial fact. Which is... Well, we know one bullet was fired at each of the two firearms we have in evidence. The bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun hit the pouch around Sholm's waist. And the bullet from Mr. Winterbank's gun clearly must have been the one that caught Mr. Graydon on the arm.
We can rule out the possibility that the man shot himself.
That leads us to only one conclusion. Mr. Winterbank was shot by a third gun, which could only have been fired by the third intruder. That's right, Mr. Graydon! The only person who could have possibly shot Mr. Winterbank that night is you! Well, Mr. Dracula, the evidence leads to you have absolutely no bitches! Yeah, he wouldn't have a bit. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. You little upstart! You made a grave mistake when you summoned me here! What? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, as you rightly say, I was there at the pawnbrokeries. I did my best to hide the fact, naturally. I had no intention of ruining the distinguished career I had built for myself at the communication station. But did the thought ever cross your mind? Did you ever consider the possibility? What do you mean? What thought? What possibility? The possibility that if I was there at the scene, I may have witnessed the crucial moment. You see... That makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client. What? I saw it all. I saw the very moment the pickpocket girl pointed the gun at the poor defenseless pawnbroker and shot him. You what?
And then I shot myself in the arm.
Then I shot myself in the arm. Graydon, shut up! You killed him. Just admit it, dumbass.
We are finally entering the last act of this theatrical trial.
Mr. Graydon! Yes?
You're a bitch.
You're a bitch! I trust you're fully aware of the implications here. If it is shown your claim is false, you will have incriminated yourself as the killer. Can't fool me, Mr. British Wait, Graydon, shut up. You killed them. Just admit that, dumbass. Then you shot yourself to look like a victim. Can't fool me, Mr. British person. Oh, I understand fully. That nothing would give me greater pleasure. Hence me not coming in to settle this whole thing at the start. While these ruffians were jostling with the broker, I was still near the entrance of the shop. When the bank threw Nash over the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm. I pursued the man, but he shut himself inside the storeroom. I could see him through the peephole in the door, though. The accused in the black coat shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. I saw the blood splatter all over that wretched girl. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape. What? What? That's so full of contradictions.
You claim, sir, under oath, the case in defendant publisher. No.
Wasn't my intention to testify this way, but neither is my intention to be found guilty of a murder I didn't commit. So you see, my hand has been forced. I tell the truth now as an act of self-preservation. The truth? Until now, the prosecution was completely unaware of these details. Yes, well, sorry about that. Having shot me in the arm, the pawnbroker was then shot in the back by the accused. And as I said, that was showered in his blood. You say the blood splattered over the accused's coat. Are you sure on that point? Oh yes, quite sure. All over the black coat that pickpocket girl was wearing at the time.
Really? The coat could somehow be shown to harbor traces of blood. That would be conclusive evidence, sir.
Such an investigation is entirely possible, my lord. What? Only very recently, a German scientist developed a technique to identify human blood. So here is the true science, not some amateur detective's dubious foray into the world of chemistry.
There's nothing dubious about Hurley's work. His ideas are all sound.
Ideas are no use to us here! In science as in law, theories should be proven before they stand. In Germany, the technique has already been employed in the courtroom as a basis of evidence. Scotland Yard has a small quantity of the chemical reagent used with your lordship's permission. We could shatter the vestiges of doubts within minutes.
This doesn't look good, Reno.
Why not?
Well, we know, don't we, that there's blood all over the front of Ginny's coat. If they test it with their chemicals...
Oh, help, you're right! I was forgetting what happened yesterday!
Don't move, Ginny, I'm going to shoot.
That's not Mr. Winterbank's blood. It stands from 2 months ago. Mr. Mason's blood from when he was stabbed by McGilded, who was wearing the coat at the time. My lord, the defense objects to the test proposed by the prosecution.
Oh.
With pleasure, my lord.
Defense may proceed to cross-examination.
Once they find that blood on the overcoat, Gina will be... Counsel!
Counsel.
Yes, my lord.
Examination.
Of course, my lord. Cross-examination doesn't go well. I don't manage to uncover some decisive evidence or a really compelling clue now. I have a very bad feeling about the outcome of this trial. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go through this entire thing and can't prove a single fucking thing, and then Herlock comes by and saves the day.
You're putting much faith in him.
Putting too much faith in him. Mr. Winterbank emerged from the storeroom, I believe. Ringo and Nash were scouring the counter when he suddenly appeared and flew at them. He already had the revolver in his hand. Fortunately, I wasn't too close.
Yeah, never so scared of me life.
Yeah, we were just a regular middleman and burglar, that's all. We don't like violence. It's the pair who carry a gun. What do you mean when you say you were near the entrance to the shop? I was in the doorway running my eyes over the shelves of forfeited items. Looking for the music box, of course. The broker went for Nash in the first place. Then Ringo joined in, making it 2 against 1. I assumed they could handle the situation. But that was wrong. I was trying to help me, little bro. He's the old one. Okay. I was trying to help me, little bro, but you geezer chucked me over the blooming counter.
So I pulled me gun on the old fella, and that's who made him scapper. Sorry, Gov. You mean that's the moment you were shot? Yes, though I didn't immediately realize what had happened, of course. Things crashed to the floor from the counter as the three men were brawling. That's exactly the moment that it happened, so I didn't hear the gunshot. And the bullet went on to strike the counter and the wall behind you. So it would appear. When I looked at my arm, I saw it was bleeding badly, so I wrapped my handkerchief around it. Seeing as I couldn't explain what happened to the doctor, I had no choice but to wait for it to heal. Didn't imagine it to be bleeding 2 days later.
Did Mr. Winterbank intend to shoot you, do you think?
Well, now I don't imagine he even noticed I was there, to be honest. Perhaps the gun went off accidentally. Anyway, I didn't quite strike home.
When I pulled me gun on him, he tried to shove me out of the way. Hey, he's coming through the door back.
You mean you chased after him? I don't recall the reason why, but I ran after him to the back of the shop.
And what about this peephole in the door you mentioned? Unsurprisingly, the storeroom's door is a solid job, made of stout wood. But there's a small opening in about a head height that lets you see what's going on there from the outside.
Actually, I should know about that, shouldn't I? I looked through it myself at night.
And what about you burgling brothers? Did you see what went through the people as well?
Not likely, got nothing of the sort of. I doubt these two buffoons were even aware of the people's existence. The Skulkin brothers were there, but they didn't see the killing of Mr. Winterbank take place. Inside the storeroom, I could see the broker and that young girl standing there. Yes, though neither of them noticed that I was looking. The girl raised her gun and pointed it straight at the man.
Just such a strange set of scenarios. Like, we're in the middle of a robbery, he fought us off, and then this girl who was in the back just shot him.
And also, like, it's just obviously such bullshit. Like, it's things like high heaven, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah.
And yet, I can see this being the sort of case that you'd have to try and defend.
Yeah, I guess so.
When the crime was discovered, the defendant was found with a gun in her hand, but that was Mr. Winterbank's gun, from which only a single bullet had been fired. And we've all established, Mr. Graydon, that the bullet was fired at you. Ah, but no, it wasn't the broker's gun that the pickpocket girl had when I saw her. Yes, the bullet from Winterbank's gun grazed my arm, and yes, the Skulkin's gun grounded the detective, but this was another gun entirely. A third gun!
The broker's gun was not the murder weapon, so clearly there had to be a third firearm involved. In other words, the accused must have had her own gun with her at the time.
But there is no gun found at the scene. Calm yourself, counsel. Sorry. You must consider the events in order. At first I saw the broker and the girl glaring at each other, but then all of a sudden, the broker turned to run.
Where to? With a closed door.
And at that
It was
moment,
us! The burglars! The gun!
at that moment, the little gutter rat shot him in the back. All over her? Yes, through the peephole I saw clearly. Of course, the stains are invisible now, what with the coat being such a dark color. But I assure you, the garment is sullied with the victim's blood.
Well, it's sullied with the blood, but that's for sure.
It's not Mr. Winterbank's blood, is it?
No, that's right. It's Mr. Mason Overton's blood from when McGill stabbed him over 2 months ago.
It's so so annoying. If only they'd accept Hurley's chemical analysis, we could prove that.
But they won't, so unfortunately we can't use it as evidence to support our claim.
Bother.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, when I was playing this, I actually kind of liked that. I liked that they were like, that's just some color bullshit. It's just like, fair enough.
You may as well be seeing the aura around the person and the aura
Right?
of the jacket.
His aura, stanky.
His aura is stanky, prosecutor. Your Honor, his aura kind of stanky.
His vibes, whack. His gun, whack.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. It's any obvious holes in assessment at the moment. I forgot to press the last moment.
It's strange that he's so sure of himself about seeing the blood splatter all over Ginny's coat.
Right, I just auto pressed space real quick to get to everything else. Oops.
Doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you'd claim if you hadn't genuinely seen it happen.
We know that Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank, so what's going on?
All I know is that it's very unfair. Why should some German scientist's test be acceptable as evidence when mine and Hurley's wasn't? Detectives can use test tubes too.
Never mind that, I have to find a really stark inconsistency in the testimony somewhere. And I have to find it before the prosecution discovers the bloodstain on Gina's coat. I think the inconsistency is here. Oops.
I love the little flip sound.
Yeah, it's a little whoop. I think the inconsistency is here. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna present the map to say, how the fuck is he running towards safety? It's impossible.
Objection.
No! The music stayed the same, it wasn't it. Fuck. I'm gonna push the last statement. I didn't push the last statement yet. I'm gonna push it real quick. Did I hear you correctly? She threw the gun out of the room. That's right, after the broker fell to the floor, she started walking over.
And then she fainted.
And then she fainted. In the direction of the storeroom door, to where I was watching. Of course, I quickly retreated, and then the girl dropped the gun through the people onto this floor, my side of the door. Because obviously she knew that we would only think there was 2 guns, and because she thought the whole courtroom thing would happen, and she wanted to make sure that her lawyer could do that because she knew for a fact that the lawyer would do these exact things, and because I'm an idiot who can't make anything good right now. I gotta tell you, perhaps she was hoping to distance herself from the murder weapon, while thinking I would have picked it up. Suppose I was worried about leaving it there in case more tragedies took place.
I'm so selfless.
What bullshit! So it was you, in fact, who took the 3rd gun from the scene of the crime. Yes, it was yours truly. I left the clear up to my lackeys and left.
Also, she stole $50 from me. I'd like that reimbursed.
Clear up. Maybe I'll measure the gas of Mr. Whistle fully it all tidy up. He makes a blooming mom or something. Well, I was paying enough, by God. Eh. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was there by any chance the 2nd disc in your jacket pocket? You're like a...
Excuse me.
Gentlemen! Something wrong, sunshine. That should be my line! You do realize you were just violently shaking Mr. Skulkin. Blow me that decent one bit organ, ain't he? What's going on there just now?
You saw me grab the wee whistle. What he said? Did you mention the third gun when we got down to the station?
And why didn't you?
Oh, we didn't know nothing about it. It was the flaming, all that flaming people on the door.
Sorry about that. I can be prone to losing my rags. Sometimes not hurt, are you?
Go blimey, I see the way he's looking at me. I'm telling you, he gave me the willy.
That was strange. The inspector doesn't normally get quite worked up as that. He wouldn't normally grab someone.
No, that wasn't like Gregsy at all.
It's time to start taking his pay away, Iris.
He's normally all sweetness and light, no matter what I say to him.
Yeah, well, I think you might be a special case, Iris.
Well, anyway, that was definitely out of character.
Vaguely, my lord.
Oh, requesting your lordship permission to interrupt the cross-examination. I had results of the test of order earlier, my lord.
Ah, the blood on the accused overcoat.
My cross-examination is suspended. Assuming you have no objection, counsel.
No, my lord. My lord, I guess?
Well, there you have it.
The report, please, Inspector.
Yes, sir. Traces of human blood found in the overcoat of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. From the extent of the stains, it would appear that they were from the result of splattering following a gunshot wound. End of report.
See, what did I tell you? No, the blood on the coat is not Mr. Winterbank's. The coat originally belonged to Magnus McGilded. Just before his coat was deposited at Winterbank's, McGilded had fatally stabbed Mr. Mason Milverton. So the blood of the overcoat is the blood of the brickmaker from the omnibus case. Well, the dead cannot speak. Isn't that right, my Nipponese friend? Sorry. 2 months ago in this very courtroom, did you not argue firmly that McGild's innocent? And yet, now that the man is dead, you brand him as a murderer. Your conduct shatters a certain respect you may have earned yourself in this country. But that was...
I can't believe this great treacherous on this.
How do I determine whether the blood on the coat is 2 months old or not? Even a stereoscope couldn't help that question. Problem pop out. It can't be done. But... We use Mr. Shulman's specialist formula like cream.
I'm not a chemist!
That's you.
I hit the mute button by accident.
Would you put such faith in a chemical formula advised by me, for example, when I'm a communications officer?
I held down Brzezinski by starving boy, and he ran away crying. Hey!
How dare you?
How dare you! Herr Lakshom is barely more a figment of the public's imagination. His name carries no weight in this courtroom. No weight at all! How could you say that? Victory is sweet indeed. This proves my testimony, the whole truth from start to finish.
How do you raise this conclusion, sir?
As the witness says, the accused's coat was splattered with the blood of the victim. The only way Mr. Grandy could possibly have known the fact is if he saw it happen. In other words, his testimony is solid and the conclusion is singular. It was the accused who shot the victim in the case. That is the whole truth. Ugh!
Same, my lord. I think.
Who was it before?
The little guy with the hat.
Oh, the bailiff. My lord!
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's who I thought it was. That's who I thought it was. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, been a long battle with this one, but the old war is going to say now if you please. And at the moment, sir, the squadron has reached its final decision. Ready, men? All over one now. Sir!
Guilty.
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 Jesus Christ. One more cross-examination, I suppose. The defense has consistently failed to unpick this witness testimony. Here is to an attempt he may have had made on picking the jurors' decisions as being equally successful. Ugh! I don't believe it. After I've come so far, how is it all unraveling on me so fast? Okay, I'm guessing this is Sholmes. Please be Sholmes. How very distressing to be held in such low esteem. Oh. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Officer? Report now. Oh, thank you. It occurs to me that with some regularity, Mr. Naruhodo, that scientific truths are determined not by science, but by none other than the human mind. Yeah, baby, let's go! I know that voice. Am I going mad? Ah! He has a mustache. Ah! He's got a mustache! Mr. Schultz! He's like, fuck, no, not this guy! And Schultz just kind of like, I love it, he just has a mustache on, I love it!
So, sometimes I accidentally mute myself. I will say I forgot to unmute myself because I muted myself when the bailiff showed up because I was like, there he is. And I didn't want to accidentally make a noise.
God damn, that's so fucking bad. He's got that fucking stash, baby! Look how he's posing!
Of course he is.
What business do you have here, detective? The last I heard, you were recuperating in the hospital. My great arch nemesis of justice. As well I would have been, had I not set upon an errand. What errand?
Really, it really is you. You're awake at last.
Yes, good day, Iris. I appear to be rather late to rise. My apologies. Now, my lord, if you will humor me. No, sir. I have something of great importance I wish to give to the young lawyer over here. I need no more than 5 minutes. Would you be so kind to spare us that time? Fuck! This trial has taken many hours of the court's time, having spent so long already. Exactly, we said already, we don't want to go wasting more precious time. As I was saying, if we spent so long already, it would seem churlish to deny the defense a mere 5 minutes. Eh! Wow, he changed really quickly. My dear fellow, I apologize for my tardy arrival. Mr. Schultz, are you all right now? All right, I am all wrong. Sorry? I've only just managed to summon the strength to stand, men. I asked the judge for 5 minutes. I'm about to die in another moment. There is a scalpel in my stomach that the doctor seems to have forgot there. Oh, dear me! The fear even that may prove too much for me. Pray forgive me should I pass out. Let's make this discussion as short as possible then, baby. Let's go.
Hurley, this place is full of idiots. None of them can see how wonderful your chemical blood analysis is.
Ah, well, that concoction of mine was really just a bit of sport to assist me in my investigations. I never took the trouble to refine it for appraisal by the scientific community. An oversight on my part. Right, modesty, surely not. But enough of that! I'm here to give you this, my dear fellow. What's this? A lavender furushiki wrapping? A leaving present from Miss Susato. Miss Susato? If possible, matters were to be settled without me giving you this. Those were to her instructions when she asked me to do her this favor. I don't understand. Miss Susato foresaw today's events, I believe. It's like she spoke to the dead and figured out everything that was about to happen. Perhaps one day she will create a great line of mystics that will be able to speak to the dead.
Again, no, because lore-wise, that's actually not possible.
I'll hear why later.
It's because in Ace Attorney 6, they make up this country that Maya's basically descended from. So
okay.
it's like a whole other thing.
Well, you know what? They retconned that one dude's history like 20 times. We'll retcon this one a little bit, alright?
Rest in peace, Paulo. He has 5 backstories.
And none of them have a backstory. They have
They're
2.
so crammed together. It's absolutely wild how many backstories he has.
Isn't he like a prince in one of them?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just like, and that's the one that's just like, why? Why would you do this?
Alright. She knew that the culprit would attempt to escape justice by means both devious and underhanded. And that you, Mrs. Naruto, fighting fairly as you are, won't to do, would find yourself in considerable peril. At the very moment of crisis, you would be given this small parcel. Those were the dear lady's instructions.
I've been sitting in the crowd the whole time, waiting to be suitably dramatic.
A leaving process of Sato, whatever could it be? What is this?
Oh! It's the machine I made.
Okay, thanks. Ah. Ah? What?
Remember? It's been so long. That's part of the trouble of waiting so long.
Yeah.
Look, I use this. It's my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flapomat.
What?
Do you genuinely not remember it at all? Ripperoni.
It makes a fucking cat door?
It makes a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds.
Wait, time out. This is such bullshit. Hold on. Wait. What? Why do I have to make a cat door?
Why indeed?
What's Susie up to?
Mr. Sutherland uttered the following words before she left. I am a failure. I don't deserve to be judicial assistant. What? Did she say something like that? You really are the best judicial assistant in the world.
Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure.
Whatever does she mean by that, Mr. Sholmes? That night when you left Winterbanks in pursuit of the thieves! Mrs. Sato made use of this contraption for a certain purpose. That is your answer, dear fellow. No, not at all cryptic then! So they used this cat flapomatic that night, but why?
Have you put anything together? I'm curious.
She didn't make the peephole that night. The peephole's always been there, hasn't it? Or is the peephole...
Well, I see something fun.
Hold on. I'm gonna go to the court record real. Yeah, it looks like she made the people then, huh? Okay. I thought the people was always there. No, she made the people that night? But we used it before she got there. What the fuck? When did she have time to do that?
So, do you remember the order of events of things that happened that night?
We got
See,
in. We
you got in.
We got in. Heard some ruffling. There was a shot. Susato. We heard Hurley get there. We went to Hurley, and Susato's like, don't worry about Hurley. Go take a look at Gina, and then we went to go see Gina.
No.
No.
No, you chased after.
Right, we did chase after for a little bit. So she made it while we chased after the dudes. Oh, fuck. You got 5 minutes, it's over! Oh, we've run out of time already? I'm grateful to you for affording us that brief recess, Mr. Reaper. Please, Mr. Reaper is my father. Call me Dracula. That's such a stupid joke. Oh my god. I need no thanks. So something. The die is cast. Is it really? The jurors are unanimous in the leanings. No doubt my learned friend will consider us a match in examination. But any attempt to alter the verdict now would be utterly futile. I wonder. Mr. Naruto! Yes! The rest is down to you, my dear fellow. What is your plan? The rest is down to me. I need to be careful here. If I make the wrong move, the trial will end. Badly. My lord, the defense requests. Save real quick. I want to try to just hit him with a little bit of extra cross-examination. See if I can try it real quick. I want to see if I can do that. Further cross-examination. The jurors have spoken. Protocol dictates you may not cross-examine a new witness now. The defense is not asking for the cross-examination of a new witness. Rather, to continue with the one of the existing witness. What? It would appear that a rather important detail has escaped your attention, Mr. Reaper. My lord! Requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination.
Oh yeah, he's so smart, isn't he?
He is! He specifically said to interrupt the cross-examination and temporarily suspended. That's, yeah.
He's so smart!
He's so smart. He's both an idiot and a genius.
Do you see what I mean now is like, by the end of this, you will both firmly believe that he's an idiot and that he's the smartest man who ever lived.
Yeah! I'm sure you're going to council. No, my lord.
So nobody can say anything then. If Bruno asked to resume his cross-examination of Mr. Graydon...
The court is obliged to allow it! This is absurd!
He's so smart. I love this little man. I mean, he's a very big man, but I love him.
Yeah. Equal chance to present evidence. My lord! Yes, my lord. A single statement and not a single piece of evidence. Most generous. Well then, Mr. Naruto, it's high time I fell into a dead fate. I was about to say that actually. I'm not gonna. It's high time I passed out. I leave this in your capable hands. Mr. Sholmes!
He's dead now.
Why can't we see his body? Please be about to see his body just on the ground. I would kill for that. No!
He's dead.
He's dead.
He slipped through the ground.
I'd imagine he's feeling very little now. The detective is sleeping soundly in one of our antechambers. Check him in when he's down, why don't you? Yes! One statement, one piece of evidence. Won't let Mr. Sholmes down. Or Iris. Fuck Gina, though. Oh, wait, it's final chance. That's giving me. He didn't say Gina! That's all I'm saying! This is going to decide the entire outcome of the trial. Save it real quick in case I present the wrong thing at the wrong time. Which I
really like this music. It's so dramatic. The lead-in.
I'm taking off an ear to hear it. No, right here.
Oh, it's my cat Flapomat, my lord. It makes a way for cats to get in and out of a room. It can cut through any door you can think of and make a new little door in the middle of it.
That's right, my lord. It's a device for creating so-called cat flaps. Small doors for cats to come and go as they please without their owners having to open the main door. I'm sure we could all work out that for ourselves.
Ah.
But that cat lover's countries has no possible relevance to this case. Oh, really? Of course it doesn't to start with. There was no cat flap in the pawnbroker's door. Perhaps it would help if I described the function another way then. This contraption is able to create a peephole in any door you can imagine in practically no time at all. 2 nights ago, we were at the scene only minutes after the murder of Mr. Winterbank had taken place. That's right, according to the paperwork at the yard, it was you, your Japanese assistant, and Mr. Sholmes. Yeah, the 3 of us were together, and recently came to my attention that my assistant made use of this device at that time. There was a peephole in the storeroom door, I can attest to that. Because I looked through the peephole myself in order to see what was inside the locked storeroom. This is ludicrous, what are you trying to say? Of course there's a peephole in the door. I said as much as my testimony. How else would I have witnessed the crime, for pity's sake? Yeah, how could you? What? Alright, it's time. Time to strike the final blow. What I mean to say, my lord, my assistant made the people in the storeroom, and until such time she did, the door had no hole in it to look through. What? No!
Objection.
I've seen Greta for 5 seconds. I hate this face. Yeah. This is a farce! Are you suggesting that the people in the door was... Yes! It was created only after the incident had taken place by my judicial assistant using this device. This is vandalism. For which I humbly apologize, my lord. It was in the few minutes that I left the scene in order to pursue the Skulkin brothers and alert the police. Nevertheless, in light of this new information, it becomes apparent that Mr. Graydon's testimony is riddled with holes.
Or lack thereof.
The majority of Mr. Graydon's testimony that appears to be incriminating my defense is based upon what he witnessed through the people of the storeroom door. Yes, that filthy girl shooting the man in the back. However, at the time of the incident, that people did not yet exist in the door. There's no possible way that you could have seen what you claim to have seen. In short, your entire testimony is a pack of lies. None whatsoever, as my learned friend must surely realize. Exactly. Some cheap trick designed to discredit me. I'm afraid not, sir. Of course it is. You seriously believe the plaything could cut through solid wood door?
Oh yes, I designed it to be very powerful. It can cut through even the toughest of doors.
That's absurd. I don't believe it for a second.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Your face is a door, isn't it? What?
Raggy, Cooey, time for dinner.
Wait, did she just do this to the fucking courtroom? Did she use this in the fucking courtroom? Wait, did she just vandalize the courtroom?
Well, oopsie poopsie.
I'm not done yet, don't worry. This doesn't mean that the peephole in the storeroom at Wind Base was made by your machine. And there's no way you can prove it was.
No, but it's easy.
What?
The cat flaps my cat flapomat creates are all of a fixed size. And the dimensions of the peephole at Windibanks are an exact match. Old Silky's lost for words.
Excellent work, Iris. Thank you. And now, as my learned friends start to turn to be the lost for words, I feel. I believe your judicial assistant has already left the country for your Eastern Island home. Well, yeah, that's true. Then you may have some difficulty in establishing all the facts. For the sake of argument, let us assume that the people's dimensions are the perfect fit for the contraption. In that case, when was the people caught? The prosecution demands proof of your answer. It's very simple, my lord. The defense argues that the peephole was created after the incident using the device. But now that the perpetrator returned to her native land, she cannot testify to the fact there is no proof. and for as long as the defense remains unable to prove when the peephole was made, my learned friend's claims amount to nothing more. A baseless accusation. What? Bruno, we have this. Don't worry about it.
Right? I love it when you're like, buddy, don't even worry about it. We got this in the bag.
We got this, Bruno. We got this. Don't worry about it. We got this.
In a way, Holmes being vague is kind of a help because then you want to like go back and check.
Wait, first and foremost, hold on. We just got a sub. Elijah! Thank you very much for 40 months. God damn, yeah, I've been
Oh, hey, it's Elijah here. Hi, Elijah.
I've been a fucking affiliate for 3 years. Oh, hold on, wait. Before we continue on, can we get a happy birthday for Elijah real quick? Everyone in chat, please say happy birthday to Elijah and send him all your love and say happy birthday. I want all the happy birthdays in chat, please. Everyone.
Happy birthday.
Elijah's now getting old like I am. His bones are turning to dust like mine are. Happy birthday, Elijah. I love you dearly. Thank you for being an amazing part of my life, and I am excited to celebrate your day of birth and the many more that will come in the future. But until then, you're going to have to hear my horrible English accents, Elijah. I'm sorry. And that one trumpet guy, and Dracula.
Also, we are big spoilers, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're the big... Oh, Elijah's leaving. All right, we'll see you in a bit, Elijah. I love you.
Big heart.
Big spoiler parts. Yeah. He didn't want to hear my... Absolutely, my name is Herlock Shlom's voice.
Oh yeah, well, you were subscribed while I'm at it.
Katie, thank you for the sub. Elijah has said no cursing, though, for 10 minutes. Alright, thank you very much, Elijah. I will not say any bad words like blimey. Is blimey considered a... Wait, legitimate question. Is blimey considered a curse word in the UK, Elijah? Thank you very much for the sub, Katie. I do appreciate it.
Yeah,
No.
I wouldn't have thought, no.
Oh, shit. I didn't say anything. 2 years, Jesus. All right. Yeah, I keep forgetting like how long I've been an affiliate for. God dang. All right. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
Don't give up now, Bruno. This is the time to create your own opening and force your way through.
I don't know if I can do this, but I do know one thing.
I can do this.
Sandleford is the greatest judicial assistant in the world. I'm gonna present this one. What are you? A print from the detective's infernal cameras again. My judicial assistant, Mrs. Sato Mikotoba, is an extremely intelligent and capable woman, which is why I never had any cause to doubt that she would have considered this scenario and made sure that I had the necessary proof. This print shows a scene in the shop moments after the defendant entered the premises. Agreed! And it also shows the accused mercilessly wielding a gun in the direction of the defenseless broker. But more to the point. It pictures a storeroom door in the background. Adjust my glasses, get my... Hold on, I got smudge in my glasses. Hold on, give me a second. Let me rub out my... Okay. Now my glasses are clean, hold on. Oh, don't blow it! This is like a little letter of syndrome. It's going to follow people of any description. Ah! Mr. Graydon! You couldn't possibly witness the crime as you claimed to have. Because at the time it happened, there was no people in the door. That was a weird way. That was really weird, actually. I don't like that one. In other words, your testimony is a catalog of lies. Oh, that's dramatic music. Oh my god.
Have you not heard this one before?
Half the time my left ear is covered, so like this time my left ear is not covered, and I can hear a little bit better.
The music here is great, to be honest. I love the Great Ace Attorney music.
The bits I've heard are amazing, but like, oh my god, it's great.
Sit you down and we can listen together.
I'm telling you, the thing is claimed beyond reasonable doubt. This assessment is entirely fallacious. That's not the only thing we know beyond all reasonable doubt. My learned friend's assistant's guilt can no longer be denied. The woman tampered with the crime scene. But more importantly, the defense may have established a reprehensible instance of perjury. But there is no proof that this man is the victim's killer. Yes, that's right. What? Oh, so the scene is true? Now shot in the arm, it's true. That's all. Yes, in fact, if you look at the circumstances, I'm the victim here. Oh, please. No! I don't believe this. But they're right as it stands now. I don't have any definitive proof that he's the culprit.
No, he can't worm his way out of it now.
Iris?
You know what they say? There's no point in locking the cat's door after the cat has bolted. Isn't that right, Bruno? As Hurley always says, one lie begets another. No, wait. That might have been a line I wrote for him in one of my stories.
Well, no matter who said it first, you're right. Mr. Graydon, not only did you give false testimony in the court, the lies you told make no sense. Make no sense? What do you mean by such a remark? When you said your testimony reveals that you know something you shouldn't have known. In other words, there's a fundamental inconsistency in your statements. What?
Objection.
This is provocative talk, counsel. Won't you lighten the court? Explain this alleged inconsistency. Iris was right. One lie begets another. The inconsistency is revealed by the lies in the witnesses' statements. They show that Mr. Grant had knowledge of something he shouldn't have known anything about, namely, the bloodstains that were present on Miss Lestrade's coat. That's right, the victim's blood splattered all over her when she shot him. But how could you possibly have known that? Obviously because I saw her do it through the The point is not that you lied to in your testimony, Mr. Graydon. It's the nature of the lie that you concoct that is so revealing. You're not making any sense. But let me ask you a simple question. How is it, Mr. Graydon, that you knew of the existence of the people in the storeroom? What? Well, obviously I... If I had $1 for every time a character lies under oath in Ace Attorney, I'd have $1 million and would never have to work a day in my life.
For sure, for sure. I love this part, it's so fun.
People in the door room was made after the incident occurred. And once it returned to the shop, having failed to catch the two burglars, Scotland Yard's investigators arrived immediately. Since that time, the police have been at Winterbanks consistently carrying out the investigation. Isn't that right, Inspector Gregson?
Yes, of course. The place is chock full of pawned articles, and my lads have been thoroughly examining them all. So I gave the order that the officers working around the clock shift so we get through it all.
And consequently, there's no way that you, Mr. Graydon, could have gained access to the shop. Therefore, you should not have known anything about the people in the storeroom. So the fact that its existence forms your basis of your testimony is completely inexplicable. And yet, the fact remains that Mr. Graydon did maintain that he witnessed the crime take place through the people in the store. I'm gonna take a guess.
Could I have a word, please, Lord Van Zeeks?
Speak, Inspector.
It's just that I really ought to be getting back to the station to put in my report. Nothing really more I can do with the testimony, so if this is all the same to you,
Permission denied.
oh,
It's not all the same to me, Inspector. Not at all. You will remain exactly where you are until this trial concludes. I feel like we're not seeing Gregson in the next game. I feel like we aren't seeing Gregson in the next game, are we, Katie?
That's a really harsh statement to make, and I don't know why you'd cut out this great character who I love, who eats fish and chips and makes me want fish and chips
I
all the
feel
time.
like he is committing some form of high treason, though.
No, not Gregsy. Not Gregsy.
F for
He would
Gregson
never.
and his lack of free time, yeah. Of course, sir. Mr. Graydon. You shouldn't have known about the existence of that people. Which can only mean that you must have been informed about it by somebody else.
Objection.
Sir, you already know where we're going with this.
Yes. Stop there, my learned friend. You realize I trust that the words you uttered have extremely serious implications. Yeah. The defense believes that the details about the case that Mr. Graydon claims to have seen must have been revealed to him by a certain person before his testimony. And in fact, considering the particular clue we have, there's really only one person that could be. Fuck, I got cursed, baby. Let's go. Who is the person? This dude's on in the next game. He's on in the next game.
Take that.
The truth is, it can only have been you, Inspector Gregson. Me? You have better some proof to substantiate the rash claim, my learned friend. Consider the fact that we have only been aware of Mr. Ashley Graydon's identity for the last few hours. We learned of it only during the course of the trial today. Until that time, Mr. Graydon would have no idea, no inkling, that he would suddenly be required to appear in court. Yes, my lord. Till then, it was reasonable to assume he knew nothing of the people. It was only once Mr. Graydon was in the stand that he realized his position, and he would have to defend himself against the accusation that he was the third intruder. You're suggesting to the court that while he was in trial, he would receive this information, so he could commit perjury in order to save his skin. Exactly. And the only person with knowledge of the investigation that he had any contact with is you, Inspector Gregson! This is a bloomin' outrage! Why would I be giving away details of our investigation of this trial, huh? I was under his lordship's chamber during the recess in any case. How you forgotten that? Which means the first time these two laid eyes on another, they fell in love. The first time these two laid eyes on one another was after the proceedings were resumed following the recess. Since then, they've been in full view of the stand, where such illicit discussions couldn't possibly have occurred.
Oh, I've just remembered something, Bruno.
What is it, Iris?
There was one time before, wasn't there? I think it was when Ginny was testifying.
Oh yes, now that you mention it. When the bailiff was dispatched to retrieve Mr. McGilden's music box from the scene of the crime. That's it! It was during that testimony! If I remember finding it strange at the time. Mr. Graydon and the inspector seemed to be having some kind of secret discussion. It would have been possible for you to give Mr. Graydon the information he needed then. You little tool rag! You're making this up! I'm a respectable Scotland Yard inspector, for crying out loud. Why would I do something like that? Why would I be giving confidential details to the lunch of this bloke? Admittedly, you wouldn't have had any reason to do something like that for no gain. But perhaps it was part of a deal of some kind. Then it starts to make more sense. What deal, Consul? I wonder if perhaps in exchange for details about the people in the crime scene, Mr. Graydon agreed to give a certain something to the inspector. You're supposed to be the chosen one, Gregson! You were supposed to help the case, not leave it in darkness! It's becoming clear that jumping in with the accusations is the Sneeple Needs' student's specialty. I don't do that.
But the stakes so high, the prosecution is not prepared to listen to baseless charges. It is so incumbent on the defense not to present evidence to support the diabolical claim. Evidence? Just what are you proposing the inspector demanded of the witness in return? The court will see some proof of this alleged deal. Inspector Gregson really did strike a deal with Mr. Graydon, then logically, there's only one thing he could have asked for. It must be that.
Bruno, do you think it could be...
Yes. It's the missing link that would join all the dots together in this puzzle. Yeah, I'll have to say for sure. Because, like, I don't know how to say the missing fucking music disc. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's several things that might be presentable for it.
I think what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn this over, click that open, and present the other side. Okay, I can't present it. Never mind. All right, let's just try it. Inspector Gregson. Besides this murder, is it not true that you've been working on another very important case? What? What are you getting at now, Sunshine? Is it possible that this other top secret case is what's alluded to in the newspaper article here? The classified secrets being leaked overseas from the Ministry of Justice.
Alright, so I guess they were smart enough to let you present multiple things, probably.
What did you present to make it go through?
I couldn't remember, but I was thinking about the newspaper. I was like, I wonder if it's the newspaper article, and they brought it up here in that little box right there. So
Yeah.
I wonder if that is... I hope that that is also something you can present, because there's so many things that, like, point to...
This. Yeah. How the bleeding nor could you? We discovered during the course of this trial that the music box deposited at window banks of Magnus and McGilded, a special music box designed to play 2 discs at once, it would seem very now likely the encoded the pair discs were in McGilded's possession. Are the leaked classified secrets? So I put it, you, Inspector, that in order to recover the second of the disc containing those secrets, are covertly making a deal with Mr. Graydon in which you exchange the details, the disc for the details of the case. You little... Ah! Nash and Ringo just vibing. On the day of the incident, when we met you at Winterbanks, you said this. I'll be taking that whatever McGill did down the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over.
Let me see. God, okay, I can do this for you.
You got this.
No, don't. Don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss, but anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now. Scotland Yard already knew that at the time, isn't that right? The Magnus McGilded was involved in the stealing of government secrets. My orders were to cover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked from the ministry, and I did it on the QT, strictly hush-hush. And that explains why, when I presented the disc as evidence in the court, you objected so heavily, I presume. Because you knew that it contained highly confidential information. Blame me, I mean, I wasn't sure of myself. I realized there's a possibility that that's all.
Surely you're not saying that in order to acquire the second of these accesses, you didn't reveal confidential details of the crime to your orders. This renegade and false testimony.
There's no other way that Mr. Graydon could have known the existence of the people. The only explanation, a deal was struck between these two men. No. Ah! Yeah, he's not coming back next game. Dude's dead. If, and I stress, if this sobering assertion turns out to be true, it would mean that the second disc is as we speak, here in this very courtroom. Wait, what? In this room?
How are you supposed to make it clean like that? Because Inspector Gregson is a Scotland Yard detective. What? What's that supposed to mean, eh? As a seasoned policeman, the inspector will have approached this alleged deal with caution. Certainly would not have accepted a gentleman's agreement in this matter. No! He would have insisted on having the article agreed upon in the palm of his hand.
Good, yes, sir. Inspector Gregson already has the animal question in his possession. He has the second disaffected person.
The defense demands the inspector search at once!
Definitely. They could have only struck a deal with each other when Ginny was testifying before. And Gregsy hasn't moved from the witness stand since.
My lord, please! Order examination of his personal FX immediately.
Well, Inspector.
This young lad wants to tone down his imagination. He insulted me and my profession quite enough. However, we'll put the matter to bed and dispel any doubts about my involvement. I'll happily submit to a body search. What? He's going to agree to it? I presume you're aware of the premises in which you now teeter, my learned friend. You made a most serious allegation against Scotland Yard here. If following the search of the inspector's personal effects, no disc is found, you will be deemed unfit for court service as thorough rent. And my country's government will formally demand yours that you're severely reprimanded. Missing judge voice, by the way, thank you. That sounds serious.
You're just threatening Bruno because you're scared.
The accusation is beyond serious. You must be prepared for grave consequences. It's true. Can't imagine Gregson would have accepted a gentleman's agreement for something so critical. This was a physically changed hand, which means the inspector should have it. But somehow, something doesn't feel quite right here. Yes, my lord.
Save. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have him search. I think I'm gonna have them search. Pretty boy here. Yes, the defense formally demands a search be conducted. Whoa! Don't say a word untoward. By your typical Nipponi stubbornness, we may land well in hot water this time. Perhaps the lesson will do you some good. Fair enough. I've got nothing to hide. Nope. The defense demands a search, but not of the Inspector Gregson. What? Now what's this? I'm the only person you're accusing, aren't I? I thought you wanted to search me. No, Inspector. Not you. Somebody else. What's the meaning of it? Hey, what's all nuts of you, sunshine? Of course, shouldn't have put up with this nonsense. You're becoming completely irrational. Be quiet, all of you! Oh, wrong person.
Sorry, I had something in my voice.
Go on.
My third team. Bruno's doing what you all told him to, having the courage of his convictions. So you should respect that and listen to what he has to say in good faith. Because that's the British way.
Is that the British way?
Listen, you have to use their language when getting through to them, Bruno.
Also, enjoy the squad of the Lord and the Scottish reaction. I easily wishes that swords.
You what? Don't be hasty, my lord! I was thinking about things I've seen in the court today. I'm fairly sure I know who has the disc at this moment. There's only one person it can be.
Do you wanna...
I know who it is. Nash Skulkin.
Yeah, you got it.
He was shaking him hard for some reason! Of my lord, Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Oh, Lord, never.
Blimey! Me?
Oh, my lord. The friend of the facts.
Please, my lord!
Inspector.
Scotland Yard has an objective search. Unfortunately for you, Inspector, your objections carry no weight here. In this courtroom, only the prosecution and defense have the authority to object. But Lord Van Zeeks, I have no idea what forces are at play that might influence your actions. But personally, I have no intention of obstructing the course of this trial.
Oh, go out the search.
No, Mo, I don't know nothing. Nothing about no disc. Cut it out! Here, my lord, in the witness's pocket, I found this.
Botanist.
And now the music box disc. Yeah, nothing about it, nothing. That is the second music box disc left behind by Magnus McGilded. Is it not, Inspector Gregson? Jesus Christ.
Mrs. Culkin, what do you say for yourself?
Go on, Bennett. I mean, just go on the flaming Bennett. I swear I didn't know nothing about the disc. Honest to God.
Question, would you please explain what exactly is going on here? Is there witnesses? And this detective? No.
Without question, my lord.
Then, for please sake, man, North is in position to this and the secretary for information.
Inspector Gregson is a shrewd, calculating man who rarely loses his composure. But at one particular point of this trial, he exhibited some unusual behavior for a brief moment.
That will call it unusual behavior.
It was, yes, during my cross-examination of Mr. Graydon. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbroker that night, was there any chance the second disc in your jacket pocket? I admit to having nothing of the sort. While Mr. Graydon was answering my questions, the inspector appeared to grab Mr. Skulkin by his coat and shaking him violently. Yeah, he did all. Thought me he was gonna clean off, I did. I was wishing I'd been born as my brother was. And what exactly happened to make the detective attack you like that? I ain't got a clue. He just suddenly turned around, started grabbing my whistle like that, and started shaking me. Why, please, did you mention the third gun when we got down the station? That's what he said. He yelled right in my ear, he did. He said me they're throbbing now. What, the way that detective behaved was extremely out of character. But looking back now, it must have been that he did it. That was the opportunity Inspector Gregson created for himself in order to hide the disc. You. I gave him a Palpatine voice by accident, like, like, join the dark side, Naruhodo. From Gregson's point of view, the Ace Attorneys are evil. Oh my God, Gregson's just Anakin. Gregson's just Anakin. That's it.
Part of the dust is after, or not to be heard from the element's rocket. This called a law intelligence.
It would appear, my lord, the inspector was not at liberty to do that.
Well, hello.
As the man himself revealed earlier, his credit assignment has some special conditions. And my orders were cover the medium used to convey the secrets leaked to the ministry, and do it on the QT, strictly hush-hush. As far as we're aware, the information solely comes from confidential government communications. What seems as the information here to be revealed to court as evidence, it would be problematic. Does that sum up the situation, Inspector? I'm operating under direct orders from the ministry. I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to answer that question. So, realizing there's a chance you may be searched here in court, you took steps to hide the disc you acquired from the witness.
Does that mean
He only pretended to attack Mr. Skulkin in order to get close enough to him, to slip a second disc into his pocket.
So there's all the pictures. Oh, no, second question. No, no, screwing.
There's still more? Oh my god, there's still more! Admit it, yours truly, please. Mr. Graydon, clear Eastern visitor is uncommonly active imagination. However, there is no proof that I passed the disc on to the inspector. But then, how did you explain the reason why you knew about the peephole? I'm under no obligation to explain. What? Yes, I lied in my testimony, that I admit, so sentence me accordingly. But that's all I admit. Murder? Leaking government secrets? Striking a deal with a detective? Oh, this young Eastern fantasy. I have no idea what any of it's about. You. What? Well, what about you then, Inspector Gregson? Do you admit to making a deal with Mr. Graydon in order to acquire the disc? Ladies and gents of the jury, as Scotland Yard Inspector, I will declare that this and nothing more. I am acting in the best interest of the country. Whatever I've done, it's been in the name of justice. So, as a member of the public of this fine country, I'd like to think that the justice will be a guiding light when you're making good decisions. Literally one of them's not a member of the fine country.
This is quite a cordial injury. Rather than uncover such extraordinary tumultuous and disgraceful show. There is less in the absence of any further evidence to be presented. I believe it is time that we put the matter to the jury for the following.
Well, now as fellow servant of the Queen and country, I must say I sympathize with the old inspector.
Yes, he's a dependable man, I'm quite sure. In service, one becomes a good judge of character.
Even crossing your eyes doesn't help when it comes to looking at this case. It's all blurred to me.
Oh, you're available for the detective earlier.
Graydon is highly skilled operator. Stop. Currently in presence of idol. Stop.
Detective has very much trust in my eyes. More than this I cannot say. I don't believe it. These jurors are... They're going to believe Gregson. They're going to declare the decision now.
Is Ginny going to be found guilty?
If I don't manage to produce some definite evidence right now, then we're going to lose. Either some proof that Grayson killed Mr. Wenderbeck or stole those government secrets. Or some evidence to force Gregson into admitting that he struck a deal with the witness.
Well done, counsel. Until it's time to oppose the orders of the final decisions, no? The witness of some compelling evidence you like to fast so far throughout the courtroom.
If I let the judge call the answer leanings, Gina will be found guilty. I am going to play the fucking government secrets over the goddamn radio at this point.
So there's no choice then, Bruno. You have to throw some more evidence at them.
This is it now. It all comes down to this. Who do I present evidence against? Gregson or Graydon? Dr. Gregson, there's one final piece of evidence I would like you to see. What's that then? If you still acknowledge that you did in fact strike a deal with the witness here today, then you leave us no choice but to examine this piece of evidence. Thoroughly. Well, go on. I'm going to have to force his hand here. One final piece of evidence to get this detective to admit the deal he clearly struck with Graydon.
Take that!
Mr. Graydon, presented in usual counsel.
Yes, with a disc already in place, ready to play. I think perhaps now would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Only this time, with the second disc we just discovered in place as well!
Botanist Cool.
No, wait, I can't let you do that.
Why not?
Because, because it's not got nothing to do with this case. That's why.
Not true, Inspector. The defense has already proposed that the sounds heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of a Morse code message. We know that Morse code comprises of 2 distinct tones. The defense believes that if the second disc contains the second tone needed to complete the message, then we have a chance to confirm that theory.
For crying out loud, Jose, we're talking about state secrets here. If you go letting the whole courtroom hear confidential information like that, it's treason.
Then do you admit the charge that in order to protect those state secrets, you engage in unlawful dealings with the witness?
You're mad. If you let that secret information out to the public domain, you'll be making an enemy of the entire British government, you idiot.
Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leaked confidential case details to a witness. That you continue to lie to the court, all because by fair means or foul, you determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do mine.
Don't you dare.
I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. My lord, if you please, the court must hear the sounds made by that music box.
Come on, man, Caesar, for Pete's sake, stop him.
Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor. I'm not Scotland Yard's puppet. In this courtroom, my duty is the law, so let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth by fair means or foul.
No!
Well, the defense censored the prosecution is very crucial. Therefore, in the course of the defense's request, the court will notice the music box set in operation once more. This time with the second disc in place. Well, this is playing simultaneously.
Oh, shit. Yep. Oh, listen to that. It's unmistakable now.
It's Morse code!
All right, admit it. Whatever you want. But for the love of God, shut that blooming box up.
Jesus. Whoo! Fuck! Let me ask you then, Inspector Gregson. Did you or did you not strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stand, Mr. Ashley Graydon?
Today we did not finish the witness of the confidential cases of this music box. The of the people in the car showed them, Inspector.
I did. Stop! What are you doing, man?
It's exactly like the young Eastern lawyer said. When the trial resumed after the recess, we were stood here in the stand together. That's when he approached me with the deal.
Shut up, you imbecile! Shut up! Psst, you there. You're the detective who turned up at the pawnbroker the other day, aren't you? May I have something you're looking for, Inspector? With me at this very moment. So how about a trade? I suggest you accept. Or information that may make certain individuals uncomfortable will become very public indeed.
I don't let the information become public knowledge, not under any circumstance. So I accepted the man's proposal. The little details about the case that should have been put him in the clear. People in the storeroom door and the bloodstains on the overcoat.
By giving false testimony, the witness intended to have the defense wrongfully accused of murder. Inspector, you knew that. Yet you still revealed these details to facilitate the witness's perjury.
I did. But then it turned out the peephole had only been made that night after the incident took place. Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that, and I'm perfectly honest.
Well, Mr. Graydon, what have you to say for yourself? There's nothing and no one left for you to hide behind. You struck a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime, namely this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbroker the night in question. And you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Winterbank. You. Oh shit! Traitor! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Gregson! He deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. Is he dead?
No, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's it then. It's all over. I despise my life. I despised my life growing up in those slums. Those slums are vile places. I was cursed from birth, born into poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. My parents did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me. So I set about studying to better myself, to one day escape from that hellhole. But then you decided to try to sell government secrets. Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmares of my life in the slums wake me in the small hours. I wanted to drown them out with more money than anyone who lived in the squalor could ever imagine. Then one day I met him. Mr. Magnus McGilded. You're a fiend with a quiet talent, are you? I have money to throw you away if you're interested. All you need to do is go along with me little plan now. I was to steal the ministry's telegraphic message logs, and McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. As I was responsible for the inspections of the ministry's communications office, it was a simple enough task. The Lord of the Devil's offerings, how easy it is to God. And for that reason, I took great lengths to ensure my actions were untraceable. By using the music box. My father was a brickmaker, though my mother divorced him when I was still a child. Yes, Mr. Mason Milverton. That's right, he was very skilled with his hands. He'd once been a music box maker's apprentice. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought my father out again to employ his services. It was the first time I'd seen him since I left the slums 10 years earlier.
Look at you, Ashley. Look at you, Ashley. What a fine gent you've become, eh?
He was a different man to the one in my memory, a frail old man, but poverty had never broken him, never corrupted him like it had me. I was sure he wouldn't help if I told him the real reason, so I made up a story. I have some work for you, Father. I need some music box discs made done.
Music disc, eh? A musician friend of mine had
written some music he would like to sell to the public. I've brought the score with me. There are two, actually. I'd be delighted.
I'll be delighted, son. It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Press my tools, would you? They're in the loft.
That's how I had to make the two discs.
Ah, the voices. Thereby splitting the information in two. You're considerable precautious indeed.
It was to protect myself as much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in two separate transactions. The first involved the first of the two discs and the music box playing them. I traded him with McGilded for 10 guinea. Then, on receipt of the second disc, he would pay 1,000 guinea. So, what happened on the omnibus 2 months ago? Was the second part of the deal to exchange the second disc? Yes. I told the man information a number of times already, but it seems he'd become rather reluctant to part with his money. When I received the 1,000 guinea after my first completed deal with Mr. Gilbert, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles. My father realized something was amiss. In time, he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious. And when he did, he said to me,
Next time there's an exchange, you'll let your old man do it, understand? Otherwise, I won't take your money anymore.
that was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose. Come into the omnibus, hand over the second disc, and take the money from McGilda, that's it. He had no idea what was actually on the discs I asked him to make. He never knew. Just like I'll never know why everything went so horribly wrong that night. All I've known is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. It was only then I found out what sort of monster McGilda really was. So after 10 years and not once uttering it, I swore it my father's name. To exact revenge! Revenge! On what? As anyone even with the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine, McGilda brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways. To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. The crime scene was tampered with, evidence was fixed, the witnesses were bribed. The trial 2 months ago was a far from the start to finish. I feel barely touched British soil back then. And I walked into that hornet's nest completely unaware of the sinister background to it all. I made plenty of money on my dealings with McGilda by then. So I spared nothing in my arrangement 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in this city willing to do anything you ask. McGilda himself has shown me that. Are you saying that? I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything in his favor, and the court was sure he would walk free. I took matters in my own hands and delivered the justice this monster deserved. Oh, he killed McGilda. That tragic accident following the trial here 2 months ago was planned and executed by yours truly. McGilda's death that day was caused by this man. Everything is ready, sir, if you just follow me in the courtroom. What's this, officer? Too sooner than I'd be led to believe.
I hope it's not information. There were some changes to the schedule.
Well, I must be making tracks now. This time for the inspection. They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I guess if I can be present for it myself. The policeman who came to Mr. McGilda, he could examine the omnibus again. That's right, an imposter. Hired by me. McGilda used his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus with all manners of false evidence. He threatened the witness to lie under the testimony. So I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused with paraffin, one of my sham policemen ushered McGilda inside and sent him on his one-way journey to hell. An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death. But that wasn't the end of it for me. There was a loose end, you see. A loose end? Yes, I should think it's obvious. The second desk, which my father had taken in exchange with McGilda.
Oh.
When I realized it was missing, I remembered something. Something from the first time I dealt with McGilda. This is the first of the 2 discs. The music box, and the music box you'll need to play them. Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guinea for you, young man. What's this? Windbank's pawnbrokery? Aye, there's a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. You can use it to redeem an article I've deposited there for ye. No need to give a name, just hand over the ticket until the fiend the watch for it. I put the jewel in the pawn for you. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it. So it will. heard of a pawnbroker being used quite way before. Have you not, Mr. Graydon? Honest pawnbrokers are the most useful places you know. Each one like an extremely secure vault. Alright, before we continue though, I do really...
We're right in the middle of his dramatic backstory.
Yes, I do really have to use the restroom. I've been holding out.
Okay.
We'll see you in a second, guys, alright?
See you guys soon.
All right, I unclicked all the audio. We're going, guys. I still hear there's a bit more, and Katie wants to do it all today.
Yeah, I think we can.
God, I'm gonna have so much more voice acting to do. At least three whole voice actings. So I knew if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it would be in that pawnbrokery somewhere. On the night he killed my father, he must have entrusted the ticket to someone. Yes, to Gina. I remember now. That's when we first met you at the Winterbanks that afternoon, 2 days ago. Your description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for? From the trial, the pickpocket assessment was clearly peculiar. Anyone could see that. It was merely she was another of McGilded's pawns. It threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out to the woodwork on the redemption deadline. And he was right. And yes, sure enough, she did. All I needed to do was wait until the girl went to Winterbanks to redeem the articles. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilda's overcoat and the one disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing. Because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier. But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion. Meanwhile, our investigation into the stolen government secrets was progressing. We picked up on the fact that McGilda was involved. Inspector, you recovered fast. We wanted to recover the stolen information as quickly as possible. So we started gathering fellows' possessions and examining whatever we could lay our hands on. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it secret as we could. Then, when the inspector here took the disc from me and the pawnbrokery, I became nervous. I was sure the music box and the second disc were still in the shop somewhere. So I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles before the police did. So that's what prompted you to break in to the place the same night. With the help of your old friends, the Skulkin brothers. What happened that night in the pawnbrokery? I can only describe as a nightmare. When Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, I located the music box I'd stole to McGilda on the shelves in the forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside. Yes. I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief, but then something entirely unexpected happened. I am doing in my shop! A gunshot rang out from the shop, and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. The broker fired his gun, and the bullet pierced your limb. Yes, exactly. And unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. Before I knew what was happening, I'd fired back. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. Struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door before refuge. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I didn't imagine Nash and Ringo even realized what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Winterbanks on that wretched night. Earlier, you called McGilda a monster. A man who uses wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice from the crime of murder. With tragic irony, for what you have done is exactly the same. You've become the very monster you saw and despised so deeply McGilda did. Yes, I think I have.
Oh, she's been a long and rough time.
You're telling me, fuck off!
Oh, see the lesson right in the truth. Inspector Jackson, what of Mr. Ashley Gordon?
He's been restrained, my lord, and is being escorted to the yard. He'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Winterbank and stealing the government secrets.
Very good. And you, Inspector. Apparently, you will have to face charges yourself.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
It transpires that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice. The fact remains whether you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and inexcusable.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Get squadron standing by, sir. This is it. This is really it now. The last push, the final call, the finishing whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts.
Guilty!
I know, I was about to say the same goddamn thing, Katie! Declare decisions of the court.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Please, villain, say guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
God, Deans. I thought we were gonna have a mistranslation joke here or something. Fire has no weight. This bothers me.
But it has energy. It can push it.
Fair.
I just made that up.
No, I mean, you could use fire. Like, I mean, here, no.
I mean, it's just very silly.
Yeah, fair. I can't justify your thing. I was thinking rocket power, so it doesn't have that much energy. What weighs more, a ton of fire or a ton of fire? That's a good goddamn question, FNO. That's you.
Okay. Sorry. That's the stuff. I'm off the hook. Finally, Bruno, you finally managed to do it.
Yeah, I'm joining fucking Herlock in the antechamber real quick. I'm gonna pass the fuck out, dude. Give me like 20 minutes. Finally is the word. I wasn't sure if we'd come out on top for a while there.
Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world.
Ugh.
Eh? What? What are you looking at me like that for?
Before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain crimes to consider, hmm?
Eh?
2 months ago, my court... you get full systems, you know. Listen to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter the pawnbroker, you also attempted to abscond of Mr. Gilded property streams.
Eh? I never did nothing of the sort.
Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilda's coat in your cell yesterday or anything.
Aw, and just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Ginny this evening.
Criminal attention to the defense. Considering that when played together, the music box and disconnected the original code was, well, it was certainly the most unexpected revolution console.
Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today and propose a toast to demanding that government secrets be dissipated before the entire courtroom. Very sorry about that. It was the only way I could get Inspector Gregson to admit he had already done so. If I may say something on that point. Isn't that... No, fuck. Oh.
It's, about the sounds produced by the music box before. I do wonder if that was really Morse code at all.
What? What are you saying, madame?
Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see. So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact.
Like her glasses. She has, like, she literally has...
And the way her wires are and her butt. It's very fun.
Her wires?
I mean, it's not actually Morse code, but it's just dots and dashes. But yeah, her glasses really do have the Morse code. That is cute.
Yeah, it's ba, whatever. Hold on.
No, I think it's 2 dashes and 1 dot.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Damn, I don't know how to go for the fashion one feels.
I must say, in my opinion, the sounds produced by those 2 discs were nothing more than that, a meaningless series of 2 different tones.
What? What? Can that really be? It wasn't Morse code after all?
My lord, the defense would like to listen to the box again. Are you off your nut? How many times did I tell you those just contains ministerial secrets, Sunshine? This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government communications. We know McGilda conspired to trade national secrets for our enemies. Secret is acquired by Mr. Grayson. Now that the man is admitted to the crimes, we have no purpose to pursue this matter further. But it's really gonna bother me. So true.
Don't mind me, I'm doing nothing.
I'm only thinking that Hurley has a copy already.
Where's the shot?
Yeah, me lord.
That was your sister in the courtroom has been extremely disturbing.
Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, crime, catalog of depravity.
The police will hold any child.
Come on. Ain't nothing I don't see most days back in the slums.
I'm fucking poor.
If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes.
Gina.
But look, I reckon I've worked something out today. The world ain't fair, but if you want it to change, you've got to start at home. You've got to change how you are yourself.
She's becoming a defense attorney.
Oh, it's a very laudable lesson, I will say. I look forward to the born-again Mr. Strode never grace my courtroom in her presence again.
She's gonna be a defense attorney. She's gonna be a fucking defense attorney.
Northwest was murder of Mr. Peppermint Bank from Prairie upon Broker and Baker Street. However, declared the defendant, Mr. English Strode, not guilty.
Does she become a defense attorney or a prosecutor? Which one does she become?
Do you want honest answers?
Yes.
She doesn't become a defense attorney or a prosecutor.
Damn it! No, Gina!
Yeah.
She brought a fucking gun to court.
Court is adjourned.
What do you have in your hand? A gun! No! While we awkwardly staring into each other's eyes, I don't like this. On a personal note, I must say, you've surprised me, my far eastern friend. Oh. Despite being a Nipponese, you saw right through the pretense of the malice that festered within the Englishman. And at the same time, saw through the grime the despising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. I don't think there's anything curious about it. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan. We're all human beings. We're not so different on the inside. You know, I took this case for one very simple reason. To lock swords with you once again here in the courtroom. You did. When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me of toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed. Through you, I had hoped to look into the eyes of that man I once knew and try to understand. I mentioned something similar earlier today, about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly? Well, you may ask. And one day when the time comes, you will learn the answer whether you like it or not. Alright, then I'll wait for that day if I must. He finally drank it! He finally drank the wine!
Let's go!
Let's go! I like Van Zeeks. He's an interesting racist asshole character, and I do appreciate that he's just more than just a racist.
So I do like the great, like other Ace Attorney games have done this as well to some extent, but I like this one because it really gets into like some complexities.
Yes.
Like, I don't know, like Eggs Benedict is like all pompous and stuff, but when you hear his full backstory, it's like I got a little bit of sympathy for him.
Yeah, yeah.
Like obviously good to take him down. But like, and that's what I mean, and it's like,
but you
without
feel like
getting
he's
into Van Zeeks too much, you can see how in a racist society
Yeah.
where your biases are validated if you suffered some sort of betrayal, and then that's reinforced by a racist society.
Yeah.
You can have it doesn't make it right, but you can see some mild amount of sympathy given the time.
It's an
If that
explanation,
makes sense.
not.
I'm not. Yeah,
it's an explanation, not justification.
Not a justification. I want to be clear on that.
Yeah, no,
I'm not-
100%. It gives complexity to the character
that's
itself.
and I feel like these complexities, like the Great Ace Attorney tackles them a little bit better than some Ace Attorney games at the very least.
Yeah. But don't get me wrong, a lot of the characters from the first 3 games were a lot of fun, but they were comparatively simple. Compared to a lot of the characters we're seeing here in the Great Ace Attorney. This game actually touches upon things like extreme poverty, starvation, you know,
Yeah, well, it sort of has this lead up where the corruption, like, I find Benedict's thing very interesting because the fact that like, what if McGilded had been found guilty? That murder would have never happened.
exactly.
And like maybe, and like he would have still needed to get like the disc and stuff, so there's that, but like it probably wouldn't have played out exactly, or
No.
it might not have played out the same way. Like it's hard to say because like what would have happened with Gina and him and all that stuff, like it's hard to say what would have happened.
For sure. Well, it is, of course, Van Zeeks is a more complicated character. Like I meme that I'm racist Dracula, right? With Van Zeeks, right? That's the meme, and it is true. But from what we could tell right now, and we'll learn it, I guess, in the second game starting next Ace Attorney stream, is that yeah, he has suffered a betrayal from someone who is Japanese, and as you said before, a culture that will enforce these kinds of prejudices will just reaffirm your biases. That's why in modern day,
because like how many, because like especially in this time where communication is limited and travel is probably also limited, is
Yeah.
like he's probably seen like 5 Japanese people max in his life.
and that's why, like, in real life, you got to call out some of those people. It's like you can't just, say, oh, they're a product of their time, because they're still a product of their time. They're saying it now, and they're trying to influence people now, trying to okay it now. That's
Yeah, and I think it's also important, like, to like broaden your horizons
Yes.
as well, because again, these sorts of biases especially happen if you only know one person who's anything, one person who's a nerd, one person who plays sports, whatever, and you use that as your frame of reference for all people who do that thing or look that way or do this thing. You're gonna have stereotypes of them, and it's very limiting.
I only know one jock. Fuck you, Mike. You piece. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, that's a very good point. So I do appreciate that there is a more complex character there instead of just a very simple. Like, once again, Ace Attorney's characters, while fun, they were a little simplistic compared to what we're seeing here.
Yeah,
with
I won't say
characters.
that some don't have depth. Like some of them have a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of depth.
yeah.
Especially if you like really dig into some of them.
But like Matt on Guard as an example,
Vanguard was fun just because
he wasn't deep.
Vanguard
though.
he wasn't very deep, but he was very fun.
Yeah,
because
no, yeah.
he was so evil.
Yeah, he's just an
But-
evil bastard. But like Edgeworth, obviously, Von Zeeks, and
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the most sympathetic villains. I think Bat, for example, was one that was
yes,
a pretty good sympathetic villain.
even the Poly guy.
Oh. yeah, he was kind of fun. I did kind of like Dee Vasquez.
Yes.
She's very fun. I mean, she's also very sexy, so there's that. But,
That's a good point, yeah. All right. Let's get back to this, all right? All right. We'll put our gay cards away real quick, all right? Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey and my retirement from the service 5 years ago, it gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose. So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow. Until we meet again. Oh.
yeah, you just have to be dramatic with him to set up the next game. Don't worry about it.
basically.
Imagine having to wait for the next game. That would be rough. I think there was like a big gap in between them too. I think it was rough.
Hold on. Release date. The Great Ace Attorney.
Wait, don't Google anything. Let me Google it.
So the Great Ace Attorney Chronicle. Oh no, yeah.
Attorney 2 release date.
Yeah. I'll go on with the story here. It's done. It's over at last. But where's Iris disappeared to?
The Great Ace Attorney was initially released 2015, and I think the Great Ace Attorney 2 was 2017.
Oh, 2 years
so
is not bad.
I guess just 2 years, but
That's
still,
not bad.
with that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that cliffhanger isn't so bad, I guess. Let's just continue.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gina. I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent. Does she become our judicial assistant? Or is Susanna back next year? Okay.
Well, you did what you said, Mr. Naoto. You believed in me, right up until the end. You're as old as your name.
Damn, okay. What's odd about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I?
No one ever has before, see? Kept the promise, I mean, properly.
That's awful.
I figured something out today. All my life, growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just 'cause I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when they let you down.
Yeah, I think I can understand that. Thought they said in my trial 2 months ago. Chose to trust someone and paid for it. Betrayal left a big scar. You know though, Gina, I worked something out today recently too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do and your trust is rewarded, no better feeling in the world. I think I have to thank you for reminding me of that valuable lesson.
Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat lot of sense to me, though.
I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure.
For crying out loud, pack it in. I suppose I sort of feel the same way. I mean, sometimes trusting someone else is, you know, alright.
Thanks. This is the way I see it, Rinosuke. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his clients. Huh. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
I do like the message that trusting other people means trusting yourself. That's cute.
Mm-hmm. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma, am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believe I could be? God, who's this gonna be? Pardon the interruption. But what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? Not the entire time, fucking hell! God damn it! Are you gonna keep me there the entire time? I am gonna go through this stream. I'm putting a marker down here right now. I'm gonna go through this stream to see if he's been standing there. If that stupid fucking face of his has been there the entire goddamn time. Oh my god. Ah, that's the voice. It's too late for the voice now, Mr. Naruto. I've been standing here patiently in the corner of this room for an eternity. Yes, it was me all along. I would have said when finally you noticed me. But you people with your incessant babbling.
Mr. Sholmes.
Yes, it was me all along. You see. Damn it. I had to be taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape. Oh. I have a raging fever, my liver is falling out of my side, and I'm currently about to faint again. Oh. I happen to be aware of one or two foibles of the doctor who was tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily said something about that. How very broad.
Above board, I think.
Above board. But enough of my adventure. That was a fine victory, Mr. Naruto. Your tireless efforts justly rewarded, I feel. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat to you. Oh, thank you?
Some great detective you are. Great at being as cold as ice, maybe. Can't say words.
Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade?
While you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed, some of us have been fighting for our lives.
Ah, well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but what have a feel. Well, have a feel.
Touch my hands.
Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Sholmes?
Sholmes is me. Whenever my hands are feeling hot, I'm just like, feel.
I have people who like, look, Seth, my hands are cold, and like, boom, like right on my face. I'm like, yeah. And in some way, I suppose congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade.
What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted?
Well, naturally, it isn't my intention to alarm you, but an acquittal in a trial with a particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious. Well done, Mr. Sholmes, not alarming in the slightest.
Oh, the Reaper, you mean? Was anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead anyway? Is that it?
That's the point I'm trying to make, as exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilded, in fact. Ah, but of course I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself.
Yeah, well, it don't bother me.
Oh, really?
Of course not. Way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like him upstairs.
Him upstairs? You mean Jesus? You mean like God?
Yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? He knows what people are like on the inside. He won't have got the wrong end of the stick. There's some coves like that bog trotter what are rotten to the core. At the end of the day, him upstairs make sure they get what they deserve.
So that's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters in his own hand and claiming lives is another.
Well, I ain't like the McGildeds of the world, so I ain't scared. I got principles, see?
A trait in you which is to be admired, Miss Lestrade.
Oi, Just give it a rest, alright?
As I was saying, congratulations are in order. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina.
Well, There you are, Hurley. How long have you been here?
He just fucking fell to the ground again.
Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there.
Ah, Iris, my dear, I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what's happened. This pair has made an utter fool of themselves.
What happened?
As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room just as a bailiff. But these dolts didn't notice my presence at all. They had no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Would you credit it?
I'm not sure, really.
I beg your pardon?
I'm sorry, Hurley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have.
Holy shit.
In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's going to land you in trouble one day.
Oh, be careful. Oops, wrong button. Wait, what? Oh. Controller was plugged in. I accidentally kicked the controller. Ouch.
Anyway, it's such a shame. I was so hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight. But you won't be able to come, will you?
Don't look like I'm gonna be going nowhere for a while. You heard the judge's patter. I gotta make amends for, apparently. All them offences. What was it again? Breaking an intern, taking the bog trotter stuff what he was in lug, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense.
But diving ain't an offense. It's a job, isn't it?
I don't think so!
Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work. I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did you, Odo?
Well, no, but I was never a pickpocket.
Well, anyway, I reckon I could make a change. I'm gonna do something for all them lot like me from the slums. Something that makes a difference for 'em.
That's a wonderful idea, Ginny, and I'm sure you can do it. What is it?
Nothing.
Machine Lestrade. The prison carriages arrived, ma'am. Come with me in the rear gate at once.
Right. Well, looks like I'm off then.
I'm worried the last time this happened, the person died. Yeah, goodbye, Gina, and good luck.
Odo.
Yeah? Oh shit, don't shoot me! Wow, that took a lot longer to load.
Perish.
Ah! What was that for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, so...
Die. Ah, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Mr. Strahd.
Eh?
On occasions such as this, we say thank you. I recommend a simple thank you.
Oh.
Oh yes, it's good advice, Ginny.
I'm worried she's gonna die.
Right, we see. Well...
Oh, she got her hat.
Thanks, Odo.
Aww.
Thank you for everything, what you've done. For believing in me.
Mm. Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. Aww. Oh, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again. Well, quite the indomitable pickpuss.
Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition, and this trial is all over the front page. Pickpockets, innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful?
Should have shown it to Gina, Irish. She would have been thrilled.
Oh no, how silly of me. Ah, but anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news?
I'm reading this paper real quick. It's not here, never mind. Not again.
Well, what do you say, Bruno? Hurley?
As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news.
There you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it?
Let's not go there.
Alright then. Maybe let's start with the good news this time.
Why does the child have a gun? I know it's not America. Why does the child have a gun?
The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently.
Please don't tell me that's the good news alone. Well, that's good news indeed. I can journey back to greater comfort. Alright then, what's the bad news?
The huge storm has left the seas very choppy. The channel in particular is awful, so sailing out of Dover has been delayed by a day or more.
So we're getting Susie. Wait, Dover?
That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still make it in time to wave Susie off.
But, there won't be a train, surely. We couldn't be that lucky. Who do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? I rushed to Victoria Stations earlier to make arrangements for a special express. If we hurry now, we should be able to go on the ABC train. Fuck, wait. Sorry, if you hurry up now, we should be able to make it to the Orient Express. No, post-haste.
Oh boy, that'd be a rough one.
Yeah, right. Here, now we should be there in time for dinner. And I will find a restaurant that serves...
Also, that's Perot, by the way.
I know it's Perot, but like... I had the ABC Mysteries, which I think is also another Perot story on a train. And then I had the Murder on the Orient Express. But still. I've actually only read Perot. I've never actually read Sherlock Holmes. I've never actually read Sherlock Holmes. I've only read Perot.
No, you've got it saying
I know, it's the worst.
best. Alright, let's go.
The Great Detective does it again. Indeed he does. I happen to be aware of a number of rail transport directors' foibles. What? I really made my knowledge known of them, known to the man, and they happily laid on the locomotive elementary. Just an idea, but it might be wise to stop manipulating people that way.
What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria!
I can't believe Susie's getting on the Titanic!
Ripperoni.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Tell me can you look up what day the Titanic sailed? Please, real quick. Make sure it's not April 18th.
I don't think it was.
Good. Elijah would actually know this answer. He knows a lot about Titanic, actually.
It's April 10th, 1912, so don't even worry about it.
We're good. That took somewhat longer than I anticipated.
Susie's boat must be about to leave now.
Susato, where are you? Over there, look! Looks she's reading something. Why the fuck are you not on the boat, Susato? Wait. Mr. Sato, wait! What are you doing? Oh, we're about to get flipped. We're out of there flipped. Fuck. No, we're good.
Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here?
We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, the sealing's been delayed due to the bad weather, you see?
Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go?
It went well. She was acquitted.
It's wonderful. Really wonderful news.
The book you're about to throw into the sea. It was your Encyclopedia of British Law, wasn't it?
Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that. I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. So, I'm saying my final farewell.
You're saying goodbye to law. You, Susada-san? Would I be correct in assuming it's because of the peephole, Mr. Sato?
I deliberately altered the scene of the crime, and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. That reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie? On the evening of the incident, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember. Oh yes, we had a wonderful time. Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she?
She stole it!
To the art of pickpocketing, I mean. Oh, that was so much fun. I stole Bruno's armband.
Wait, what? Right, yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me.
Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cat Flapomat, so I put it up my sleeve. Really? And then I rather forgot about it, until I found myself in Mr. Windibank's shop with it later that night. I just have so many layers of fabric, I guess.
I mean, the sleeves of a kimono would be big
Yeah.
enough for that.
But that's big enough for, like, a cat to climb through.
Yeah, but like, have you seen some kimono sleeves? I think women's kimono sleeves specifically are a lot larger than men's.
But big enough that you would forget about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the weight would be pulling on you, huh?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I see.
And then...
I wonder who those two are.
Mrs. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes.
Leave me, Mr. Naruto! Right.
After Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play on my mind.
The storeroom door, you mean?
Yes. If Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could only be behind that door. And at that moment, the little device I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know.
So use the cat flap-o-matic to make the people in the door.
As captured in the photographic print of the shop. By one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
Indeed, it was the very first importance, that point. Precisely when the people was made, the information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon. But naturally, without proof, would have amounted to nothing.
But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier.
trial of Magnus McGilded.
I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? Because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Windibank. Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing.
Jeez. You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime.
That's right. But then I realized it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case.
What do you mean?
Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have had to be a way to see beyond the door.
For which the people will be the very thing.
Only the people I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime had been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference.
But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not? A trap? Is that why she did it?
So, is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even to the police. I know, and I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong. A criminal offense, even. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes. I knew he would be my partner in crime. If Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape, the truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan.
She really does think of everything. But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade. Ah. You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with a crime scene. So Mr. Sutton decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone, for your sake and Miss Lestrade's. Mr. Sato.
The truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law.
Oh.
I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime. But the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant.
What he did isn't comparable to what he did. Graydon is the one who lied on the witness stand, using the peephole as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole in his hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure she would have been acquitted in the end. Mr. Sato, what you did saved Gina's life.
Well, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo, you saved me too, from my regrets.
Well, we must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yeah, exactly. Although some of the times of the trial will continue to play my mind, I'm sure.
But the revelation that the music box disc contains secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration.
Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was.
Oh, it wasn't.
There was a communications officer among the jury members, you see, a telegraph operator. She said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. As one would expect after all. After all, we're talking about a secret governmental communications. No doubt they were written in cipher to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted. In cipher? I see. So then we could never hope to understand the message anyways. Oh, contraire, my dear fellow. Okay, actually. I was about to say the same damn thing. Okay. Nonsense, my dear fellows. Quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you. Hey.
A
So.
sogi.
What?
Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny.
Sogi.
Wait, Iris, what did you just say? Oh, I just said asogi.
Isn't that our dude, our boy's name? Cosmo Sogi?
Sure is. Does that word mean something to you?
Means something. Asogi was the name of my best friend.
What? But how? How do you know that name, Iris? I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was playing on the music box.
She just grabbed it on the fly? She really is a genius.
I thought the message probably wouldn't be written in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. That is, in English at least. Oh. It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code, not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use in their own languages.
I don't believe it. Are you saying...
That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese code once before. But I think it's based on the Iroha paragram, isn't it?
You mean to say the Japanese Morse code? Or it just says Asogi?
Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code. Iris, would you let me see that?
Misada, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code?
Yes, I spent some time studying it.
Oh shit, okay.
Because I'm quite sure Morse code will become ever more important for international communications.
Then might I recommend, my dear madame, that you focus your efforts on the English version.
Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please. Of course! But what can this possibly mean?
Whatever it is that Loxu is supposed to mean dust ashes. It's made the color drain from Suta's face.
There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code.
So the British Empire has been using Japanese for secret communications.
I don't understand the reason why, but... the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names.
Oh god. 4 names?
The first is Kei Asogi.
Oh dear. Cosmo Asogi. Why? What was the name on the disc?
The second is A Shin.
Shin, I don't recognize that name.
The third is T Gregson.
Yep, Gregson. Gregson? Ah, it seems so biased. Gregson is the 3rd man on the list. What's his name doing in this government secret communication as well?
And the last name...
If it's Naruhodo. What's the matter, Mrs. Sato?
It's just so strange. So unexpected. Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense. Last name is J. Wilson.
Oh shit. So A Shin has something to do with this.
What?
Wilson?
John H. Wilson? You mean Daddy? It says only J. Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Then, after the four names, it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all four. And that's the end of the message. Or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris.
Just can't believe it. Who would have ever thought? Does this contain Japanese Morse codes? Not to mention the strangest of some disturbingly familiar names. It appears this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan.
So, Daddy could be in Japan then, where Susie and Runo come from. Alive and healthy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well... no, it's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Wilson, and there must be lots of J's among them.
Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Ume University. We can't tell Iris about that now. We just can't.
Not for another whole game.
This is so strange. Somehow we're solving the case of Wanda Bake's murder today. I feel like I've rolled back a boulder of the mouth of a very dark cave.
I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside.
Sholmes left. Oh, yeah, just the horn.
Honk honk.
Hong Kong!
Oh dear, the ship is going to set sail soon.
Yeah, seems so.
I'll sail on that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in France. Then I'll change onto a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. You're really going then, Susie?
We wish you a safe passage, Mr. Sato.
Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best.
Mr. Sato, I hope you'll always be on my side to guide me and support me.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world.
I'm quite sure. I'll be back before you know it. Really, Susie? Oh, don't forget now, Iris. I made a promise I've yet to fulfill. A promise? About your manuscript. Ah.
Oh yeah, the Hounds of Baskervilles.
Well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise. Definitely, Iris. Mr. Naruhodo.
Yeah?
Do you remember the first time we met?
The time you flipped me, yes. Of course. On the Hesperia, when I was dragged out from that wardrobe, still half asleep. Remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin and started the takedown. However, we did technically meet a little before on my own trail.
You know very well that I'm talking about after that.
I'm talking about before that.
It's strange, but being thrown together as we were
I
in
was
that
thrown
place,
alone, excuse you.
I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy.
Hence the constant assaults, thank you. Mr. Sato.
And my instincts were right. I really want to believe, no, I'm sure that I'll be back soon. Farewell until then.
Ooh, animated. I don't have to click buttons. Yay.
Somehow we seem to have come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Or the first volume, at least.
Aww, look at the cat.
Looking back now, it feels as though fate has led me on this journey.
Look at the kitty cat.
Swagger high.
Fate led me to becoming a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective. I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead.
Wrong game.
Of course there will.
Technically, he's not wrong. It is in the future.
I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around. After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
Yeah, definitely trials and tribulations is in the future. I'll give you that. What? Yes, it's an Naruhodo. Yeah, Mr. Sholmes? I have some rather awkward news. I swear to God, if this is like one of those DLCs, it's like, by the way, if you want to activate this DLC for game 2, go to this screen. I'm gonna fucking...
Don't worry. I don't have the pop-ups.
The railway company's decided to sue over the special... Oh my God. Huh?
It caused such a commotion on the line. All the other trains had to wait at stations.
But really, we would never have made it in Dover in time otherwise. Anyways, I explained everything and how it really was all your fault. Huh? I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. But not to worry, my dear fellow, according to Mr. Sato.
You love defending yourself in court.
I think Herlock Sholmes was gonna tell you all to like and subscribe if you're watching this on the YouTube VOD.
Oh my God.
Good one, FNO.
It's alright, I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See?
Mr. Sholmes. Yeah? Yes! A word if you don't mind. Why, certainly any word you like. Belled up, my dear fellow.
Oh yes, I love Bruno's words. I know just the one he'll use.
Then, I really must say... I'm... Oh, it's the kind of sound.
So what are your thoughts on the first game?
Okay, so first, wait.
Alright, yeah.
In the following weeks, hundreds of music boxes arrive. I forgot about that. I ordered it all myself. With use by Mr. Sholmes to solve an important case, and the money I've earned consulting detective work pays a pittance by comparison. Technically, he's not wrong. Fair enough. Oh, that's such bullshit.
I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Hurley usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement. For some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfasts.
Why are you drinking coffee at the age of 10?
Do you think I don't deserve it? My mind is beyond your comprehension.
Witness your testimony is riddled with contradictions! Exactly, really, the Coleman quite had other mistakes themselves! Well, I don't know, son knows his father's an innocent man, or you call my son a liar.
Witness, the courtroom is no place for your petty arguments.
God, I have to remember all their voices. I don't remember fuck any of them.
I would need to remember some of them at least for Game 2.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Having delivered the Russian dancer to the shore in Shanghai, but last night I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board. There's nothing wrong! Oh, there was kept flying behind! Ostrich refused my pocket! And every still kid is on board and suddenly he's a hardened criminal! It's unfair! God. Forgot about him. I forgot about him entirely. Scientific investigation will be the gold standard of policing in the new age. I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline. Like a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in perfect unison. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have but 2 minutes and 37 seconds until my next appointment. A clock? Hey, you like clock stuff? I wouldn't have been able to guess. Your fucking office is in Big Ben. The latest Rants magazine's out and I'm in it again. And whenever I say that one line she wrote, now I get a standing ovation. Want to hear it? Not bad, I suppose, for an amateur. Glug, 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 glug. Her ladyship puts me to shame. Yeah, just a bit. You should be put to shame, huh? I forgot we have all these like ending credits where we just talk to everyone one more time.
Yeah, it's so good though. I love it so much.
Oh fuck, sorry. The old girl on daily basis, of course. Joni, my old jailbird. Must say, pounding with these old bully stairs every day has done wonders for my decky pack. Well, the housework too. Got that maid business taped up, I say. Hope the gossiping neighbors don't realize the man of the house is his own maid. I forgot Joni is in jail. Forgot she's in fucking jail.
My Raleigh is back on the beat again, all thanks to the Reaper.
There's nothing I enjoy more than these days than hunting out the small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking out for the Londoners. They're dropping our pennies in my lovely life. Oh, Pat!
Oh, Raleigh.
I do love the fact that he's just saying, yeah, I'm so piss poor and I get paid so shit that I have to look for hay pennies in the fucking gutters.
Looks like I'm gonna be doing time for a bit now. But Iris comes every day for a natter, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about all them cases what Sholmes is looking into. Criminal investigations are kinda interesting when you get into them.
She's gonna become a criminal investigator, isn't she? Is she gonna be the next Emma Skye? Kitty? Is she Emma Skye's great?
No.
Yes, I renounce my upbringing and choose a life of sophisticated crime. But regrets, please. Oh yeah, bro, we need that ash we need to know. We got to plan to come back and build the Venus Coke and Milk Run, right? Can't deal with these guys. That's where he gets the dance from, huh? I mean, to be fair, it's the same pose, just backwards and facing us. To be fair, it's her ghost.
This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. But for now, I leave you with many memories and a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well.
Aww. Got a little hat and everything.
A little cheek smush.
Little cheek smush.
Oh yeah, I really like these credits, but we can talk over them, but it's really cute.
Okay, so are we just walking with Kazuma? We're gonna pick up people along the...
but...
Alright, he's gonna die at a certain point, and then we're just gonna see him die, because we're gonna go through the memories, we're gonna pass the Japanese bailiffs. Yeah, okay, I see what's happening here.
It's cute, though.
And we're gonna pick up people along the way, huh? Hosonaga! Alright, so. To answer your question, what did I think about the game? It is very pleasantly different from the rest of the Ace Attorney franchise, which is something that you guys, something that you have to kind of like think about when you make like a game in a franchise, but not in a franchise, if you know what I'm saying, right? This is an Ace Attorney game, but it's not a Phoenix Wright game. So you have to differentiate it well enough to make it stand on its own and make it be its own thing, right? I'm waiting for Cosmo to die. Give me 1 second. Okay, no, we're good for right now, I guess. So, oh, well, okay, he's gonna die now. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's the snake. I like the snake. Hold on. No, he's still alive. Okay. He's still here. Okay. I think they did a really good job of actually showing like how they could really use a similar formula, tell a similar story, but really spice it up and make it different. Oh shit! It's dead. Wait, take a sword! Take a sword! Okay, I guess not. Anyways, so they've done a really good job of showing that yes, 100% you can actually like take a similar formula, add some new things, take away some things, and add in some writing, take away, oh, there's a sword. Yada yada, and make another really good story. So I gotta appreciate that this story took what we knew and really worked on it to make it even better. And really like took the classic Ace Attorney experience, just enhanced it. It didn't take away from what Ace Attorney was at the core. It took away some familiar formalities like the 3-day rule system, which I was asked about multiple times during our own playthrough, right? And I was very much along the lines of like, do we not have 3 days to do this? Do we not have yada yada yada, right? And it takes away some of that, which understandable, but it also puts into place a lot of new things, like as an example, the Dance Dance deduction system, the
jury system,
and a few other things, which I gotta say made it very interesting. It also put it in a very different setting, one where we can't just rely kind of on the science of it. Because like, if we think about it, like then in the Ace Attorney games, there's a lot of things you can kind of finagle with, like science, common sense, find the fingerprints, that kind of deal, right? And I made the joke many times on the stream, like, God damn it, I wish I had my fingerprints, you know what I'm saying? Where are my ballistic markings, that kind of deal. A lot of things are very concrete.
Crime could just happen back then.
Yeah, a lot of things were very concrete. In this game, you kind of had to think a little bit out of the box, which was a lot of fun, actually, where it's just like, you have this evidence you got to use, and depending on how you use it, you're going to be able to get past. I don't think it's explicitly harder than the other games, but I definitely think there was a lot more unique thinking to it, and I really have to appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that it's reasonable that you wouldn't have fingerprints and stuff makes the crimes in many ways more fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like it's less contrived and but still very wacky. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like if this was done with modern technology, you would have solved it in a heartbeat. But you don't have that.
Yeah. Like, it's there's Gina. It didn't take away from what Ace Attorney is. It's still goofy. It's still fun. It's still enjoyable. It's still an absolute blast. And it's still a great game overall. And it never won't be. They made it special. They changed it up, and they use a similar formula to have different gameplay, different story. And I gotta say, I respect the way they did that, and they did really good with it. That's my personal opinion. But yeah, I think it's a very, very good game. I think it's a very good game, and I cannot wait to do more. I'm hoping that we get more Dance Dance inductions in the next one.
Get some fun stuff in the next one.
Are there new features in the next one?
Not quite new features.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see when we get there, right? Oh, let's go, Kazuma. Of course, I have to kill off our Maya, whatever.
So you do get some DLC stuff, including fun outfits. I'll say for the first trial, don't put fun outfits on, and I say this for a reason.
Okay. Look, do you mind if I just take a quick look at those fun outfits?
Yeah, sure, special.
All right, let me take a look at this outfits. Taylor. So. What?
It's steampunk now.
It's steampunk. That's kind of cool. I like it. It's very Herlock. That is wildly different. Holy shit.
It's so cute though. But yeah, turn it off.
It's very cute, but it's so wildly not Susato. It doesn't feel like Susato. Shalom's Japanese jump. Oh no! Please tell me he's in Susato's kimono now. Kinda, actually, yeah. Like they got the pink of that. Is that? No, okay, it's not actually Susato's kimono. I was curious for a second. That's kind of. You know who he reminds me of in this outfit, actually?
Who? Danny.
He's got that V-neck, baby. He's got that super V-neck. all right. That's a Harvest Moon joke for y'all. Anyways.
Rune Factory.
Rune Factory. Thank you. Extra short episodes. Okay, these are the What are these?
I don't remember, but we can explore them later.
After I do the second game, yeah, for sure.
Because I don't remember if that's like anything.
Kevin, for a second one, same here, Ethan. No, same here, buddy. All right, I think that's a reasonable place for us to stop, don't you?
It's 11 p.m. So yeah.
YouTube, thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Hope you had a fantastic time. YouTube, stay safe, stay Botanist Cool, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.